Talk Radio.
Good evening, dear listener. The late night alternative. Thank you very much with Iain Lee. Give us a call. Anything you want to chat about, you know the score. This is Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Ding dong, ding a dong ding. Come on, everybody, join in. Ding dong, ding a dong ding. The party is about to begin. Oh, clap your hands and stand to feet. Move along with the party beat. There's games to play and songs to sing. So let the music start to swing. Ding dong, ding a dong ding. Come on, everybody, join in. Ding dong, ding a dong ding. The party is about to begin. Oh, ding dong, ding a dong ding. Come on, everybody, join in. Ding dong, ding a dong ding. The party is about to begin.
That's it. There we go. It's better. That's better. Thank you very much indeed. Good night, goodbye. There we go. Stop playing there. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I'm going to be very honest. Catherine is here.
Yes.
Yes. Ed is there. And Sam is there. Sam is there. You see, I remembered her name.
Well done.
I am improving my memory. I am absolutely shattered. I'm going to be honest. I'm shattered. I'm in a weird kind of mood. I've had a day. I've had a brilliant day, but I've hated it in a weird way because I've been out and done like a photo shoot. All kind of about 4 hours. So it's 4 hours. And I've seen one of the pictures and it looks brilliant, but I don't want to see any more of the pictures until they've gone through a computer, right? But it's 4 hours of me being the centre of attention and me having to look, as good. And I hate myself. I hate myself. So 4 hours of me having to go like that. I'm doing oh God. So, I hate myself. So I'm exhausted. And I'm here at Talk Radio tonight and, boy, oh boy, I'm glad to be here, and I'll be glad to be on Virgin Radio Sunday mornings from July the 9th. That's out there, apparently. That's a thing. No one told me that was going to be announced today. It's a thing now.
Why would they tell you?
It's a thing now. Sunday mornings, Virgin Radio, July the 9th. They're choosing the songs. I'm choosing the chat. Hey, that's not a bad line, is it? I just came up with that.
But only once every 20 minutes, is
yes.
that right?
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Sunday mornings, 10 o'clock till 1 o'clock. Talk Radio will be closing down, and I will be on Virgin Radio. They're choosing the songs. I'm choosing the chat. I quite like that line. I think I'm going to work with that. And I do hope you'll all join me for a roller coaster ride through the hits. I mean, I've not listened to Virgin, but I would imagine they're playing classics by the Dave Clark Five, Peter and Gordon, and solo Cilla Black material.
10 till 1. OK, I can do that on a Sunday.
10 till 1, up your bum.
Yeah.
It's Sundays on Virgin with me, Iain Lee.
I'll listen while doing unspeakable things to various kind of meats.
Back to that Billy Idol book. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You're listening to the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee. I will we'll be streaming this on Periscope soon, but I was making... I've got this YouTube channel, right? YouTube is not necessarily YouTube, but small independent channels are the future, right? No one watches the BBC anymore. No one watches the ITV. Big Brother is failing miserably. And guys, if you want me to come back and save it, I will, but my fee has gone up significantly. So small boutique channels are the way forward. I remember Frank Sidebottom telling me this years ago, and I kind of thought he was nuts, but it turns out he was right. So I've got this YouTube channel, youtube.com/rabbithole. We've got about 2,000 subscribers, and it makes about $8 a month. This is insane! And so I thought, I've been wondering, because we were streaming the shows on there, and I don't think that I quite got that right. So I was thinking, what can we put on there, guys? So I was making, I've discovered the time-lapse feature on... You're right.
I'm not very happy with this chair.
No, swap it. Swap it. Ash has probably guffed in it.
Oh, he's done all sorts in it.
So I was making a time-lapse video of what happens in the run-up to the show. And what happens is... Kath does some work, I bark orders at her with my feet on the desk while I'm trying to hack my Kindle Fire so I can play Pokemon Go on it.
Yeah.
I had it worked out the other day and then I ruined it. And then James Buckley came in because he's over on, he's just passing by. And he came and he waved and he said hello to the camera and all that kind of stuff. And then it turns out the battery had died about halfway through, guys. So there's that. What I'm trying to say is... I'm jogging on the spot now. What I'm trying to say is I'm exhausted and there's a strange vibe in the air, and I think it partly comes from having a day of me being the centre of attention when I hate myself. Partly because we haven't had that thunderstorm. We need a thunderstorm. For about 4 days now, it has been what my mum would call very close. It is very close, and we need a thunderstorm to clear the air, and that hasn't happened. So there's I'm not feeling the show. I'm not feeling the show at 8 minutes past 10 on what day is it?
So Wednesday night.
Thank you. At 8 minutes past 10, I'm not feeling the show. And normally when I come in and I don't really have anything planned, but I kind of have a sentence or a phrase or a question in my head, and I'll throw that out and that'll take... I've got nothing. I have got absolutely nothing. I don't want to talk about Naked and Afraid again. I don't want to talk about me going on my CBT tomorrow with the motorbike man at the back of the sports centre in Slough. I don't want... I found a fireworks shop, but until I get the fireworks on Sunday and I take your young children up onto the roof and get them to light a firework that's shoved up my anus...
Whoa.
Until there's no point in me... So I don't really have anything to talk about tonight, but I want to deliver. I don't want to wimp out and do a limp show.
Certainly not.
I want to do a thrusting show. I want to do a powerful show, but I don't really have anything. So, with that in mind, I invite you, dear listener, to call in 0344 499 1000. You'll either speak to Ed or Sam. They're both nice gentlemen. I've never spoken to Sam, but I've seen him through the glass the last couple of nights.
He doesn't seem,
Doesn't seem like an arse, like Ed is.
Yeah, exactly.
He seems like a nice lad.
Yeah.
And I like his hair. But they'll call you back. Steve's called in. Good evening, Steve.
Hiya, Steve. Sorry, I'm Steve.
My favourite thing on phone-in radio when the caller says their own name. I love it.
I'm glad you like that. That'll cheer you.
That'll cheer me. I'm not unhappy by any stretch of the imagination.
Just slightly. It's been one of those days, hasn't it?
Go on, well, tell me about your day, Steve.
It's Steve from Newcastle. I spoke to you last night.
Oh, Steve. Okay. We spoke to a few people from Newcastle last night. You? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I brought you a poem about the show, like a little short fun one.
You've written...
But I rang up about... You said you were coming to Newcastle at some point, didn't you?
July the 7th to July the 9th, we'll be in Newcastle, and we're doing a live show on July the 9th.
Brilliant. Whereabouts?
At the Stand Comedy Club, and everybody's welcome as long as they've bought a ticket.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I've been looking for an excuse to come to the Stand, yeah.
Well, go to the Stand on July the 9th. There's only a tenner.
Website or something.
Go on.
The details.
Go on the website. Can I ask a question, Steve?
Yes.
Are you Bob Mortimer?
Oh, what a compliment.
You do not sound like Bob Mortimer.
That sounds beautiful. He's from Middlesbrough. He's a smoggy monster, but that's beautiful.
You don't know.
I told you I used to like the 11 o'clock show. I'm not being like a bum licker and all that.
Well, you can lick my bum.
We used to watch. We were punks, and we just watched the likes of the 11 o'clock show.
Well,
and Vic and Bob's Big Night Out.
Yes.
And that was the only time we watched the TV. So yes. I'm not that much different now. That's 30 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. I don't watch TV anymore. It sucks. That's why.
It does suck. The only thing I'm worried about, I couldn't get it anyway, you see, because I never had Sky or anything like that. What was your programme called?
Well, it's called the 11 o'clock show.
No, the programme you're obsessed with about the people who...
Oh, Naked and Afraid!
Pardon?
Naked and Afraid!
Yeah, I'll try and watch it on a computer or something.
Yeah, watch it on a computer or something.
I'm very untechnological.
Well, you know, I've spent the evening trying to, I'm coming over here, don't worry, trying to hack into my Kindle Fire so that I can download Pokemon Go on it for my kids, and I did it the other night, but then I was trying to do something else on it, and I'm boring myself. I've got a feeling tonight's show might be quite dull, and I don't want it to be. But I've just...
got that. Well, I'm hoping my poem will liven things up a little bit.
Well,
I mean,
you know,
poetry always peps things up, doesn't it?
Here's the thing, Steve. It's
silly, and it's about the show, and it's a bit of fun, and it's called Snorky, because I still miss the banana split.
Here's the thing. I don't like poetry on the radio.
Oh, it's not really poetry.
Well, you called it... the reason I thought it might be poetry was because you called it a poem.
No. Well, I know, I'm sorry. I don't know how else to say it. It's just a silly little jingle. And it's about Billy Idol as well, you know.
Oh, he's saying all the right things, Ian.
But he's just thrown the P word.
Listen, if you say it's crap, I don't care. But the website, before I forget, I'm really disorganised. Is that like the Talk Radio website?
What website?
Coming up to Newcastle.
No, the Stand.
Kath, you tell him, please.
Go on the Stand's website.
Stand website,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kath. Hi, Kath.
Hey.
I'll just read it out, should I? Is that all right?
Well, tell you what, why don't you start and we'll listen till we get bored, like.
Okay, well, it's only very short anyway.
Okay, mate.
Flick through your channels and...
0344 499 1000 is the... I just can't stand poetry on the radio. No. I cannot stand poetry on the radio. I think it's awful. And then you get old women doing poems about their dead cats. And it's so tedious.
Do you remember that fella at the other place who had... We never heard the end of his poem.
About the lollipop?
Yeah, and he would try.
Yeah.
Basically, every other day he would ring up and say, "Oh, Ian, I've got my poem. You ready?"
That was something, wasn't it? Yeah.
I kind of wish I'd known how it ended.
That was... No, not at all. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. Strange vibe tonight on the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Oh, yeah. Just had an email.
All right.
From Dean, from Jan and Dean. Booyaka!
Oh, yeah.
They got an album being reissued. We'll get him on. Well, I'll send him an email. Honestly, that is the most delicious thing, right? This is how cool, my life can be, right? I just gone through the tweets. Loads of people saying congratulations on Virgin on Sunday mornings. Thank you, guys. It feels weird because I've kind of known about it for a while and I was waiting for them to tell me I could announce it. But it starts on July the 9th, which is when we're in Newcastle. So the first show, is going to be a pre-recorded show. But after that, it's live. They choose the tunes, I choose the chat. I like that. I think that's good, that, although they'll tell me off for saying it. But so loads of people on Twitter, Christian O'Connell, Will Storr, Pete Heat, loads of really nice people say, hey, well done. Hey, that's great. So I just went to the email. Sorry, I had an email. Went there. It's Dean from Jan and Dean saying they're re-releasing, or they are releasing for the first time an album that got shelved about 50 odd years ago.
He was absolutely charming when he came on last time.
Well, this is the thing. We're looking at doing a second trip to America, and part of me thinks we go and hang out with Dean. You know, part of me does think, but Nashville pulls me. Dear listener, this is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. These are happy and wondrous days for good radio, because the show has a new title, we have a new thrust. Although tonight I just feel a little bit flat, and I don't quite know what to do with that. Someone who'll know what to do with it, of course, is Alan Caddick.
Good evening, Ian. First of all, congratulations on your new placement.
Thank you, Alan Caddick, and it's great to have you back on the air, buddy.
Yeah, because I heard the news on radio today.
Yes, that's a geeky radio thing that have announced it, and congratulations to them for getting the scoop. The scoop, guys! Spread the word! 6 days a Lee.
Yeah, Monday to Friday on Talk Radio and weekends on Virgin.
Hey, it's what's happening, man. It's
just like the old days.
6 days a week. 6 days a week. I'm gonna be...
like being on the old days.
It is, but it's even better because, it's even better. I'm looking forward to being a part of it. But right now, Alan, it's all about the talk.
Yeah, what are the topics for this Wednesday
I
evening?
haven't got anything, mate. I'm spent. Honestly, if I can't feel 5 days a week, how am I going to feel 6 days a week?
Well, you play music.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You can play records there. I don't know, Alan. It's just a weird vibe. I tell you what. Here's the topic, right? This is the topic. 0344 499 1000. We call you back. Do you feel the weird vibe, or is it just me? Call me now.
Ooh, I think there is something in the air.
There is. Because you were weird yesterday.
Yeah, well, it was since Friday.
Well, you go. Hang on a minute. You harboured it since Friday. That will kill you. That's called stress.
And yesterday was a massive blowout.
Oh, well, good for you. Oh, sorry, say that. Oh, I see. Yes, yes. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. But are you feeling weird now, Alan, or not?
I was going to I'm rating myself a 9.
Okay, he's rating himself a 9. I had a dream last night that I was Doctor Who, but I was the Peter Cushing Doctor Who.
Oh.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Bit creepy.
What does that mean? I like the Peter Cushing Doctor Who. Have you seen those, the Doctor Who movies? I love those films. Dalek Invasion of Earth, 2050 AD. Oh, it's a good
Before
film.
they started getting all stupid and sexy.
Yeah. Got a lot of time for the Doctor. I'm just saying words and hoping that something sticks that I can grab onto and that will give us a show. I've just said out loud, I've got a lot of time for the Doctor. Dear God, I have no content. Eben!
Hey, Ian.
Hey, Eben, how you doing, man?
Good, thank you. Just phoning in to say that I really enjoyed the Eddie Large show on Sunday.
You probably want to congratulate Kath as well for putting it on, don't you?
Okay, well done, Kath, too.
Oh, thanks very much. It was a lot of hard work, but I'm really glad the reactions of people like you made it all worthwhile, all the hard work and that I did. By myself.
She didn't do anything. She just came for the ride. She didn't do anything,
I bought
Eben.
some Haribo.
Eddie's emailed me. I've got to sort out something for him. It was good, wasn't it? It was a lovely, lovely night. Eddie Large,
really good.
Sunday night, Somerset Hall in Portishead, sold out, and it just was an absolute dream. And there was was it Murray, wasn't it? It was 10,
10, yeah.
From Murray was 10, all the way up to people in their 80s. And what a joy, what an absolute thrill it was to be sat on the side of the stage watching that man talk. It was so good.
Really
it was nice to see you and your dad, Eben, as always.
Yeah, and I've got some other good news.
Are you pregnant?
No.
No? Okay.
Do you remember the time I got assaulted?
In the supermarket?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, has that person been shot?
4 months later, the police have tracked him down.
Yes, justice is served. And have they said, look, we can't do anything, Eben, but, I've dropped a bit of paper with that person's address on. Have they done that? They do that sometimes, the old Bill.
No, all they did was he came with his list and refused to answer any questions in the interview.
Oh, yes, right.
And he lied and pretended he knew me.
Right.
When I didn't know him at all.
No.
And then they told him my name, saying, why did you assault Eben?
Hang on a minute. They gave the nutter that assaulted you in Sainsbury's or Nissa or whatever it was.
Yeah.
They gave him your name.
Yeah, but they refused to give the criminal's name to us.
Right. So the criminal knows your name.
Yeah, but I don't know the criminal's name.
Guys.
Now, I'm no lawyer, but that doesn't seem right.
That just, I'm going to be honest, to me, that sounds a little bit like... Not a sex crime, no, sorry. That sounds like... No.
Oh. You looking at me? You looking at me?
George, you're a fanny.
Well,
Doorbells.
No, I can't find it, but it sounds like something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So where's the good news in this story?
The good news is that he'll get a criminal record and justice will be done.
Also, the bad news is he knows your name. He can look you up in the phone book, and
Phone book?
All
right, Grandad.
Hang on a minute. You're telling me you can't get phone books anymore?
I don't think you can.
I'm not worried about my social media because I'm on like every platform.
Nah, listen, I'm teasing you, and I shouldn't really, because that's wicked of me. If you'll be fine. He'd have to be really, really stupid to get in touch, and if he does get in touch, you just go straight to the police, and they'll go and slap him down. They'll shoot him in the kneecaps, or he'll fall down some stairs. That's, I believe, another common trick. I shouldn't have scared you there, Eben. That is excellent news, and justice prevails. Although he's gone now. The police gave him your name.
You never give the perp the name.
Yeah.
Although, I bet he's right thick. Probably forgotten it.
Yeah. Well, don't be rude about Eben like that. He's a nice lad. I like him. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Let's go to CJ. Good evening, CJ.
Hey, you know when you said you were coming back to Manchester?
I thought that was Eben again. What happened there? You stole Eben's voice.
Weird,
There was a bit left on the phone when he started.
It's a little bit.
I was channeling him.
Yeah, yes.
But when you come into Manchester, there's a place called Fab Cafe. And you'll like it. It's got a replica of the TARDIS.
Oh yeah, Frank. I've seen pictures of Frank Sidebottom in that.
Yeah, it's really
second mention of Frank of the evening. Yes.
Really fantastic place. It's got the bridge of the Enterprise, and then there's a bar opposite. It is.
I believe we're in Manchester on Saturday, July the 29th.
Oh, fantastic!
Something like that, guys.
Well, technically, we're in Salford.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Salford, where?
Oh, I mean, guys.
Sunny Salford.
Sunny Salford. Come on. We're busy times. We've got Newcastle on Sunday, July the 9th at the Stand Comedy Club, Manchester. On Saturday, I think it's July...
Is it the Fringe you guys are coming here for?
Yeah, for the Fringe, yes. Saturday, July 9th, part of the Edinburgh Fringe. Manchester Fringe. And also, here's the thing. We're doing a show in September, right, in London. Our only London show. It's at King's Place. They've sold about half the tickets already.
No.
They've sold about half the tickets already. So that's going to sell out. So if you want that, you go to King's Place, Rabbit Hole, and you get those tickets soon, because that's in September. And it's going to sell out, guys. I just know it's going to sell out. It's absolutely fantastic.
By the way, your CD's fantastic. I really enjoyed that.
That's
fantastic.
Thank you,
Did you enjoy the way it was mixed? I thought that was superb.
I've got what we're going to do, but it might be a bit wicked. Tell me if this is wicked.
Go on.
The caller that comes on has to do an impression of the caller that was on previously.
Yeah.
Is that wicked, though? Because some people might be mean.
Well, you do impressions of me all the time, and that's in light-hearted fun, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about, you big dick.
You see.
I've dressed up as Velma from Scooby-Doo. Gonna go and solve some mysteries. Get in a mystery machine with the dog, Shaggy.
How come I'm from Newcastle?
I'm gonna go... I'll come on from Newcastle all of a sudden. Huh? Stop it.
Right, stop copying me.
Stop copying me.
Milk. Oh. You said it right.
Said it right.
Stop it. It's actually really annoying.
Idiot. Go and piss off.
Oh, you read my mind. That is clever.
I don't know. I've got another 2.5 hours, and I've just got nothing, and I don't know why, because I'm feeling all right. I'm a little bit tired, but no more tired than I am usually. I just don't feel I haven't got any, have you dropped your guts?
Hot, isn't it?
Of course it's hot. It's always hot. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. For those, we'll go through the papers in a bit. Don't worry about that. So we've got some bits and pieces. But for those of you who are unused to radio shows like this, Very simply, you can call in about anything. You're waiting for me to set an agenda. There isn't one. There isn't one at all. You can literally phone in about anything. You want to phone in and say the show's crap, you're more than welcome to. 0344 499 1000. I guess the only question I've got, the thing about doing impressions about the caller before feels a little bit forced. So you can do that if you want. The only thing I've really got is this question that is hanging over me. Do you feel a bit weird today? Because I've had it today when I was out doing this photo shoot, and it's 4 hours, and it was, you know, it was great. It was at this abandoned missile rocket testing site in Buckingham, right, and it was these abandoned sort of buildings and testing places and sluice, yes, sluicing places. It's not a sluice. No, it's not
a sluice. Why would it be a sluice?
I tell you what, here's a word I like. You don't get to hear it that often. Foosball. Foosball.
Wow.
Foosball. The baby foot.
Le baby foot.
The baby foot. Or good old-fashioned table football. But there's a weird kind of energy, and I think it's the weather. Because we need a thunderstorm to kind of clear the atmosphere, and it's just not happened. And I think it's something. Do you want to wrestle? No. Here's the thing. I don't want to cause panic, right? But it feels apocalyptic to me. No, why is that?
I don't want to cause panic, but it feels apocalyptic.
Doesn't it, though? Doesn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if we go out there and it's raining frogs. 0344 499 1000. Is it raining frogs where you are? The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Easy V, she doesn't come for free. She's a real lady.
And as for me, hi, you'll see.
Was that Jerry? Who's as for me, hi, you'll see?
No, I think that was Mel B.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was I would say she was the naughtiest out of all of the Spice Girls.
Well.
Love the Spice Girls. My youngest is really into them, so we're listening to them a lot. The first album and a greatest hits. I love the Spice Girls. La, 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 la. I'll tell you a song that gets overlooked. This is a great song. I'm going to sing it for you now. Mama, I love you. Mama, I care. You're my friend. You're my friend. It's a good song. Gets overlooked, that one, and I think it's a great song. We all love our mamas. Some of you don't.
I think that the words are very wise.
Yes.
In the verses. You used to be my only enemy, never letting me be free.
Yep.
Catching me in all the places.
I know the song, mate. I've listened to it.
You knew I shouldn't be. Every other day I crossed the line. This is like poetry. Didn't mean to be so bad. Never knew you were the friend I never
had.
Back then I needed you.
All right, we know the song.
Anyway, yeah, it's all right, that one.
Yeah, I like that one. It's good. Spice up your life.
I quite like Move Over.
Yeah, why not? Why move over, move your body real closer till it feels like we're really making love. Till it feels like we're really making love. He's either there or he's not.
No.
What is going on?
Dry humping.
Oh, dear God. I love this.
What?
This is in all the papers. I say I love it. I mean, it's awful. It's a bloke getting hit by a bus. Have you seen it?
Yeah, and he goes straight into the boozer.
Of course he does. This is the thing, right? Alcohol. If you're in a serious car crash, if you're asleep, you are more likely to survive it because your body's relaxed. If you're awake, you see you're heading to a brick wall, so you tense up. That's when all your bones shatter.
Because when I was in the Red Cross, they said that's why babies often survive quite bad falls. Because they don't know what's coming, so they don't tense up.
No, exactly.
But I don't want to test that, by the way, at home.
If you want to, no. If you tense up, all your bones shatter, right? You shatter. If you're relaxed, if you're relaxed, you can survive a plane crash. So always take a Mogadon before takeoff, unless you're the pilot.
Good one. My mum hit someone once in the car. I was in the back of the car.
Yeah.
And he rolled across the bonnet and went back to the pub.
Wow.
She went and dobbed herself in at the police, and they phoned the pub, and he was still in there.
I reckon, right, I saw this in a Jackie Chan movie the other night.
A Jackie what?
Jackie Chan. Just using the proper Chinese pronunciation. And I reckon I could do this, right? Because it was a Jackie Chan movie for kids, right?
Stop saying that, because it really...
But there's loads of crap Jackie Chan movies on
Stop it.
Netflix, and we would just fast forward into the fights, me and the boys, right? So there's... And Johnny Knoxville grown old.
I used to fancy him a bit.
I once interviewed, not Wee Man, Bam Bam Margera.
Mm.
What an absolute winker he was.
Oh, they were all idiots.
What a rude... He was a bully, and he bullied me on live TV. He was horrible, disgusting, dirty, horrible bully, Bam Bam Margera. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jackie Chan did this stunt, right? And I reckon I could do it. And this is what I want to do. If you're a listener, have you got a car? Because I want to do this stunt. The car comes towards him, right? And he's like, looks to the right, can't go that way. He looks to the left, he's like, oh man, I can't. I'm going to have to go over it. Can't go around it. I'm going to have to go over it. So he runs to the car, and he just jumps up and stands on the bonnet, and then he jumps up and he's over, and the car goes... And
Is he denting it? Because he's going to have to pay for that.
He goes, well, it doesn't matter. But he does it, and I think I could do... I was watching that thinking, I could probably do that, actually. You've just got to get the speed. Do you know what I mean, Craig? I could do that.
Hello?
Yeah, I could do that stunt, Craig.
There's lots of YouTubes of people not being able to do it.
Yeah, well, I would do it. You've got to get... The thing is, right, you've got to get the speed of the car, right? You don't want it too fast. I reckon 40. And you've got to have the confidence to do it. The confidence. That's the thing. The people on YouTube, they probably bottled it at the last minute, pulled back. You've got to go for it. You've got to commit to it.
You know you're making me think of...
Yeah, go on.
Kung Fu Elliot.
Yeah.
And that time, that car was going for him, and
Yep.
what does he do? Do you remember?
No.
He grabbed the pipes in the multi-storey car park, pulled
Yep.
himself up.
Yeah.
I mean, admittedly, that car was going quite slowly, and they slowed it down.
Yep.
And it probably wasn't him, but it was a good stunt.
Yeah, I think I could do it. Anyway, Craig, what you called in for, and we'll talk about this geezer getting hit by a bus in a minute.
I had a couple of questions. From yesterday's show, you had some ghosts and goblin things going on.
Yes.
If you're interested in answers. Do you believe in infinite universes?
No.
Do you believe there's life on other planets?
Yes. Thanks for calling. I don't believe there is a theory, isn't there, that there are an infinite number of universes, and in those infinite number of universes, I'm still working at the BBC. But hang on a minute, if they're infinite, right? That's a really boring one that I'd still be... Why couldn't I... If they're infinite, why haven't I got gills?
Yeah.
You probably have in one.
Well, okay.
That's the infinite joke. A thing, isn't it? It is that...
If they're infinite, why aren't I a black man? In a wheelchair? Why aren't I a gay black lesbian in a wheelchair? If it's infinite... Oh, no. If it's infinite, then when you got on that bus, when you missed that bus in the other universes, you didn't miss that bus. Well, hang on. If it's infinite, that bus doesn't exist. It's made of jelly. Do you see what I mean? So that's why I don't buy the infinite... I'm a very wise man.
You do believe in life on other planets?
I believe in life.
Time travel, do you think that's a possibility?
Are you ticking off some sort of chart?
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie Chan has made a time travel movie. I'm in.
Right.
I've got a charm boner. Chance of a lifetime. Yes, I believe in time travel. I believe it is. Well, we know it's theoretically possible. So if it's theoretically possible, it's actually possible. The only thing stopping it at the moment is the amount of energy required to travel faster than the speed of light. That's it. Once they get that, then time travel will be invented last Tuesday. It's a joke there.
Good one.
Thank you very much indeed.
Well, Stephen Hawking, wasn't it? He had a party for time travellers, but didn't announce it till afterwards.
Yeah, we go, you see. And 7 people turned up. But the show's a bit flat tonight, Craig, and I don't know what to do.
I'm still... what do you think of people that, believe in ghosts and supernatural?
What do I think about them?
What do you think of those people? Do you think that they could possibly be right, or do you think that they're deluded, or...
Right, okay. I used to not believe in ghosts completely for a long time, right? But as I get older, I'm coming around to thinking maybe there are certainly many, many things that we as human beings cannot understand and cannot comprehend. So I'm open to the possibility of ghosts, but I have never seen any evidence, and the people that I've spoken to that do believe in ghosts are generally knobs. That seems to be the common theme.
You've got a thing on auras, haven't you? Which you sort of
Oh, I can see auras. Yeah,
And
definitely.
are they physically coloured auras, or...?
We don't say the word coloured anymore, but yes. For example, Kath's aura is, I've got to squint to do it, though. If I squint, it's like it's sort of greeny around your head.
And do they change with moods?
Of course they do, yeah. Of course they do.
And that's a true thing, you really...
Yeah, I can do it. I've got to squint. I first noticed I could do it when I was in an assembly at school and I was bored and I was like playing with my eyes. And I was like, oh, I can see fizzing around. Coloured fizzing is the best way to describe it around a person.
Right, and the hypnotist thing you used to do...
For God's sakes, man, what is this? Is this a secret interview? Yeah, I used to be... I told you this the other day, right? My youngest, my 5-year-old, came out of school clutching a bit of paper. I said, what's on the paper? And he showed me. And it was the word hypnotist, broken down into 3 syllables. I said, why have you got that? He said, oh, Roy wrote it down for me. What the hell is Roy up to? What is Roy doing?
I love the fact there is a child called Roy in the world.
He's a nice lad, Roy. I like him a lot. But what the hell? And I said, do you know what it is? He said, yeah, it's when someone swings a watch in your face and then they control you. I said, well, I can do that. I used to be, and this is absolutely true, God's honest truth, I used to be a stage hypnotist. I used to work with Paul McKenna and I used to go to nightclubs and pubs and hypnotise people. And to this day, there is nothing funnier than someone forgetting the number 7. I love it. And they count their fingers and they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 fingers. It's the funniest thing, man. I love it.
What do you think makes that happen? How do people...
It's called hypnotism. They are hypnotised.
Yeah, but what's happening to their mind?
In America, they call it...
Mentalism.
No. They call it... They don't say the word hypnotism. They say hypnotism.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I'm hypnotised. You listen to any song. Dear listener, can we find a song, please? And you need to call in. Can you find a song that's got the word hypnotised in? That it's got to be sung by an American. They will sing hypnotised. It's the weirdest thing, man. I swear to you. What is it? I can tell you exactly what hypnotism is. It's being in a really relaxed state, and you're so relaxed that you can really only focus on one thing at a time, and that one thing is what the hypnotist tells you. So you just kind of you're aware of what's going on. You know what you're doing. It's not this thing that you're hypnotised and suddenly 2 hours have gone and you go, wow, what when are you going to do it to me? You kind of know that you're pretending to be Elvis. You know, you kind of know that the chair isn't hot, but you kind of think it is. It's weird. It's weird, man.
You go along with it. Have you been hypnotised?
Loads of times. It's like, I tell you what it is. It's like being stoned, right? But without any of the kind of uncomfortable wooziness you get with. It's like being. It's like a focused stoned, in as much as you're completely relaxed and you trust the hypnotist. That's the thing. But here's another thing: you also can't. You can't do stuff that you don't want to do.
Right. Because I can't get it, because I've got my religious belief, I can't get involved, but I'm fascinated by all that.
Well, hypnotism is, that's not like, but that's just psychology.
Yeah, but I believe in evil spirits, like the devil.
I'll tell you what, Craig, stay there, because I've got a caller I can see who wants to have a quick word with you, but we need to go to a break. 0344 499 1000, the late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000. So, Craig, you were just saying that you believe in evil spirits.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Let's go to David Babcock. David?
Babcock.
David Babcock. Now, you are a professional ghost hunter and you make videos on YouTube that are too long.
Yes.
Yeah. And would you like to talk to Craig about evil spirits?
Well, hello, Craig, and I'll talk to you in a second. But who's the knob?
Sorry?
Who's the knob?
What do you mean?
Apparently, anyone who believes in a ghost is a knob.
Oh.
Well,
my knob.
Do you really want me to answer that?
It's a sign of affection.
Knob.
Yeah.
So if I said, hello, Craig, you're a knob.
Oh, mate.
Sign of affection.
I love you too.
Right. You believe in evil spirits, is it?
Well, yeah, I believe the Bible, so I believe in the devil, and I believe in demons, yeah.
Do you believe in happy spirits?
Well, angels are happy, I guess, yeah.
What makes them happy?
Well, they're perfectly happy, and they're doing what they were designed to do, so they're enjoying their jobs.
Who decides whether you're a good or a happy, bad spirit?
Well, you started off as a good spirit, and then if you go against God, then you become a bad spirit.
And what kind of things can you do to become a bad spirit?
Well, you could tell someone to eat a forbidden fruit.
Call someone a knob, perhaps?
Well, if it wasn't affectionate, yeah.
Right. Do you think that I would be a bad spirit or a good spirit?
Well, no, you're a human, so you can't be a spirit.
Right. But when I become one?
Well, no, I don't believe in a spiritual resurrection, no.
So,
Well, Lazarus, yeah, in the Bible.
Dig yourself.
The what?
Dig Lazarus, dig.
You know Lazarus, in the Bible, Jesus resurrected him. He didn't go, hey, hang on, I was in heaven having a great time. What'd you do that for? Did he?
So, normal laymen like me and yourself don't become spirits?
No.
Well, that's bullvink.
What's your language, David?
Sorry.
Well, no, the Lazarus was resurrected to the earth, so I believe that after the Armageddon, then people get resurrected to the paradise earth.
Jerry Pinkston.
He's got you on the ropes, David Babcock.
I'm not on the ropes.
He's got you on the ropes, buddy.
So, explain this then. Why do I see lots of spirits then? Are they all sent from Jesus Christ?
No, the demons play tricks on us, don't they?
Why would they do that?
The demon and the devil's job is just to stop people finding the right religion, the right God. So whatever it is, whether it's alien abductions or ghosts, they pretend to be all these things. So people get distracted.
So when I had a spirit enter my bottom, was that a demon?
Well, I wasn't there to...
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Could have been. There's a film Entity, isn't there? It's a horrible film.
It was a very firm entity.
What was the name of the spirit that entered your bottom, David?
I think it was Harry. See, that's not a very biblical name.
Was Harry a knob?
So, are you there, Ian? I think this has ran its course, frankly.
I think you're right, Craig. Thanks very much indeed. David, when are you going to be doing some more? For those who don't know, David Babcock is a genuine ghost hunter. He's on Facebook. Just type in Badcock and you'll find him.
Can I ask a question?
Please do.
You know when Harry entered you?
Yes.
How did you make it stop? Did someone spiritually pull him off, or?
I prayed to Jesus Christ, of course. No, you've got to reason with these kind of people, and I slowly worked him out like something that would,
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like you've come to terms with it. Succubus?
No, thank you.
Okay. Thanks for calling. Let's go to Gatford.
Hey, boss, how's it going?
Hey, man. The show isn't really working tonight. I don't know why.
I think you've been a bit harsh on yourself.
No, I don't feel it's going anywhere or doing anything.
Why does it have to?
No, but
when does it ever?
I think, okay, here's the thing. All right, I'll say it. It just feels a bit boring. Does it not feel boring to you?
Tell you what, go and take a walk round the block, let Kath take over for a bit, see if it's any better when you come back.
Well, it'll certainly be better when he comes back. Yeah, you're right.
Thank you very much indeed.
I found a song with Hypnotised in it.
Go on.
Frank Sinatra, Moonlight in Vermont. Do you want a snatch?
Yeah, go on.
Hold on.
I'll say hypnotised. Guarantee it.
Putting you on speakerphone so you can hear it, yeah?
Thank you so much, Gary from Catford.
Can you hear it?
Are so hypnotised.
Hypnotised.
It's true, they said hypnotised.
Hypnotised, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I know.
I'm defending you for once.
I know, I'm right. They say hypnotised in America.
Yeah, Yeah.
I don't know, why
weird
is
over
everyone so... But even this conversation feels dull.
Well, it's Gary.
Hey, hold on a minute. I gave you a slot on the air for a couple of minutes.
Even Cass doing it. Unbelievable. Flipping it. Do you know what I mean, though, Gary?
Yeah, I do know what
There's
you
a
mean,
vibe. Do you know, it just, everything feels a bit oppressive at the moment.
I'm not sure about Armageddon.
Well, maybe that might have been stretching it a little bit.
I do agree with the fact we do need a good storm.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it would clear the air, metaphorically and figuratively.
Well, no, and literally.
I don't like using the word literally, though.
Right. Well,
Use it properly and it's fine.
It literally is acceptable to use it in this instance.
But I literally don't know all the time when it is right, so I err on the side.
Well, hang on. When you mean... Well, hang on a minute.
But you just showed the correct usage of it.
When you mean something literally, then you can literally say literally. It's when you don't mean something literally that it's inappropriate to say literally.
But I've got caught up in that and before, and it's not been right. And
Well, no, hang on a minute. How do you know if you mean... How can you not tell? How can you not tell if you mean literally or don't mean literally?
I literally don't know.
Right, but that's not true. So you've used it in the wrong instance then.
See what I mean?
No.
So I cut the word out. It's like you've hypnotised me.
You are literally a bellend.
Well.
By the way, next rabbit hole, you can hypnotise me if you like.
I haven't hypnotised anybody.
I don't mind if you get it wrong and I come out damaged.
Since that incident. Back in 1999.
With that girl, yeah.
No. I haven't hypnotised anybody for 20 years. I know how to do it, and I could do it. Here's the thing, though, right? The hypnotism is all about status, right? The hypnotist has to... you have to feel the hypnotist has a higher status than you, right? So that you trust them.
That could be a problem.
Well, it could be a problem now, because now I'm perceived as something different. Now I'm perceived as, oh, he's a crazy man, wiping poo on his face. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
I don't remember reading that on your Wikipedia page.
No. Well, go and put it on there for me, will you, mate? When you finish this call, and then screenshot it and send it to me, please, because that made me laugh a lot. But I don't know if I have the right status to hypnotise people. And also, here's the thing, it's quite hit and miss, right? So you'd want to get 30 people up on stage, and out of that 30, hopefully you get 8 that will go under. That would be the thing.
One that clucks like a chicken or something, yeah.
Maybe I could do a hypnotist show again. I think I could do it.
I'd come to the show.
I was about to say, I don't think you can give that suggestion necessarily.
Yeah. I reckon I'm reasonably suggestible as well.
Here's the confession, guys. When I was doing it illegally.
You used drugs, didn't you?
No.
Oh, sorry.
You kind of need a licence to do it. But there was a loophole back in the 90s where you could say you were doing it for research. And you could, I know it's weird, you could do a public hypnotism show if you say, well, yeah, no, but we're doing it for research. And I think they tightened that loophole. So if I were to go out and say, right, guys, I'm advertising, on Saturday night, I'm doing a hypnotist show, and tickets are £12. Well, I don't think that loophole works no more.
Hold on, if you hypnotise the people on stage to think it's the 90s...
Thanks very much indeed. He's getting silly there.
I almost went under there.
No, well, honestly, it works, and it's brilliant, and it's the funniest thing. And the thing is, you don't know that you're going under, but as you hear my voice getting deeper and deeper, you're starting to feel heavier and heavier, and more relaxed, and you can just feel your eyes just starting to get a little bit heavy. It's all that stuff. It's repetition and suggestion, and you feel your eyes getting heavier. And the more I speak, the heavier you're getting. You just might want to start to... And then you'll notice that some people are starting to breathe deeply, and you go, you're just going to start breathing deeply now, and you're just going to, with every breath, every time you breathe in, you're going to feel more relaxed, and as you let it out, you're going to sink deeper and deeper.
Are you trying to hypnotise me?
No, I'm not talking. It's illegal to do it on the radio. But it's I could do it. I used to do it all the time at college. I used to would get invited to parties and would hypnotise people and would do it, and we did it in pubs and clubs, and I've been hypnotised loads. Because my first job in TV was my second year at college was writing for Paul McKenna. And in the rehearsals, he'd have like volunteers in, like members of the public, and they get like 50 quid a day or something. And sometimes he'd put me under as well to so I've been under like dozens of times, man. I love it. It's the nicest thing. Anyway, I doubt I'm going to do a hypnotism show. 03. It looks like the second hour is going to kick off with Nigel from Maidstone, guys. I just don't feel the show is delivering the goods. And I'm not saying that so you phone me and tweet me and go, oh no, Ian, it's brilliant, we love it. Oh, I just don't feel the vibe tonight. I don't feel what preachers in the deep south would call, I don't feel the spirit. I don't feel the spirit within me.
No duende.
No, there is no duende at all, duende. 03, but onwards and upwards, I'm contractually obliged to be here and perform for the next 2 hours. And so I shall. I'm not complaining. I'm just worried for you guys, the listeners, that we're not giving you the psychedelic laugh riot that you'd like to have. If you want to call in, you're more than welcome to. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You're listening to the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Sent me my Wikipedia page. I don't see any mention of wiping poo on my face, so the internet, you just can't trust anything. Nigel from Maidstone will be the first caller of the second hour of this show, the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
An Indian girl once said, while making Indian cornbread, the eagle flies, take a his advice and go. Keep moving. And said cracking Big Bob was on a heavy job. He heard a noise, said, come on, boys, let's go. Keep moving. Horse was in a race, he could win show or place. He came in first from out of thirst to go. It's like you've seen a cop and you don't exactly want to stop. It's a motion and lotion that makes you want to go. Keep moving. Keep moving with the motion that'll make you wanna go. Keep moving with the motion that'll make you wanna get in your robot and roll. A truck driver once said, I've got a sleepy head. He took a pill and had the will to go. Keep moving. Keep moving with emotion that'll make you wanna. Brought down, a clown could only frown. But after a while, he started to smell for some dough. Where's the dough? And little Betty Lou had a date but didn't want to screw. She changed her mind when slipped her dime or so. Where's the dime? A real good friend of mine is busy doing time. He got real rank and asked the bank for some dough. Where's the money? Where's the money if you never ever give me nothing else? Where's the money? Just put it here and let me help myself. Ooh. A boxer's in a ring. Where's the money? He hears that bell go ding. Where's the money? He went to fight with all his mamas and dough. Where's the money? Where's the money?
Songs. Thank you. Thank you. Songs you will not be hearing. I'll have a coffee, please. Coffee? Thank you. Songs you will not be hearing on my new show on Virgin Radio on Sunday mornings. Dan Hicks and his Hot Mix. We will not be hearing that. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I'm still going to be doing this show Monday to Friday, 10 till 1. Thank you very much indeed. The Late Night Alternative. Sunday mornings on Virgin. And if that were not enough, I'm still going to be doing the Mixcloud thing that I do. I do a show on Mixcloud, but I just do it because I get to play songs like that. And I've kind of committed to myself to do 5 more and see where that takes me. And you can get that on mixcloud.com/Iain Lee. Hey, Nigel, I'm going to be working on Virgin Radio.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it, Betty?
Sorry? Oh, sorry, I thought we were going to Nigel. It sounds we got to an old man who's fallen down the toilet.
Frank Spencer here.
Who?
Frank Spencer here.
Who?
Frank Spencer from the TV series.
Who?
You know.
I don't know. Who's Frank?
Betty's husband.
Who's
Frank Spencer.
Who's...
The one with the bigger trouble.
Who's Betty? What are you talking about?
You know, Some Others Do Have Them, that programme, the series. I'm the person who was in the series.
I have no idea.
Nigel from Maidstone told me to do the show instead.
Okay, I don't know. Was it Frank Benson?
Frank Spencer.
I've no
Michael
idea who this
Crawford.
Frank Benson is.
Michael Crawford did it, didn't he?
And I know Michael Crawford from Condor Man.
Yes.
But he was in a TV series, was he, called Frank Benson?
Yeah, Frank Spencer from Some Others Do Have Them.
I've not got a clue. Do you
You've
know
not
what,
seen that series?
Do you know what he's talking about, Kath?
Frank Benson.
Have you seen that series?
Frank Benson.
Is that the one where they're in the jungle?
No.
Oh, yes.
And it's
she remembers now.
You lovely boy. You lovely boy.
You are a little man.
I don't like it, Eben, you lovely boy.
But I rung up to tell you.
Yes.
Ian.
Yes, Mr. Benson.
I sang in the bank during the week.
You did a what?
I sang a song in the bank during the week.
Wowzers.
And I didn't expect it because there was a party going on in the Nats West Bank in Maidstone. I went in there and said, can I do a song? They said yes, because they had the karaoke going.
Karaoke in a bank?
Yes, because a special party for the day.
What bank was it? Please tell me it wasn't...
Nats West.
All right, good, I'm not with them. If it had been Barclays, I'd have been furious. Wasting my money on a karaoke.
But anyway, someone videoed me and I put it on YouTube for people to see. It's on my post now if you'd like to have a look.
Right, so if I go to YouTube...
Frank Benson.
Go to Nigel Reader. Nigel Reader singing into
Not
a
Frank
microphone.
Benson?
Pardon?
Not Frank Benson?
No, this is Nigel from Maidstone.
The Nigel Sing Nigel Reader Appreciation Society song? That one?
No.
What am I... okay, I've got your... Nigel from Maidstone, I've got your page.
Oh, it should be on YouTube as well, but I put it on my Facebook as well.
You don't give your videos very good titles. This one's called Vid 2017.
Yes, I didn't put a name to it. I just wrote it underneath on my post.
Here we go.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
In portrait.
I loved it. You come back in.
Fly me to the moon and let me play amongst the stars.
No.
Let me see what bring it like gold Jupiter or Mars. In other words,
Betty.
Yeah. Well, that must have been a lot of fun. Did you get paid for that gig?
No.
Oh.
No, I wanted to do another number, but the guy running the machine went up to the toilet afterwards. I don't know why. I must have upset him.
Well, maybe.
He had a bit of trouble.
Okay, again, I don't know who this Frank Benson is, but it sounds
you've
like...
never seen Frank Spencer on TV?
No, I've got no idea who you're talking about.
Wasn't it good? Wasn't it good that they let me sing in the bank?
It's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird, isn't it, though, really?
I told Noah Cyrus just now that I was going to be on the radio. She might have tuned in because I told her just now and to tune in. I said I'd be on the radio in a minute.
Okay, well, there we go. That's great. As long as Miley Cyrus is listening.
She's thinking, who is this Frank Benson?
For those who are wondering, he genuinely believes he's spoken to Miley Cyrus on Facebook, and there's no point in me telling him otherwise because he gets angry if I point out that he's. Oh, hang on, I don't want to play that. That's the. Oh, no, that's the beta band. I want to play that. That's what we want to play. 0344 499 1000. So we're doing this story from the newspaper. When a pedestrian was hit by an out-of-control bus. It is out of control. Why is it out of control? Oh, it's incredible pictures. He's actually lifted off the ground. He's lifted off the ground. The power of booze. When a pedestrian was hit by an out-of-control bus and thrown into the air, he was lucky not to be killed. But even more remarkably, Simon Smith simply got to his feet, dusted himself off, picked up his dancing bear and walked away. I added the dancing bear bit Simon Smith and his Amazing Dancing Bear?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, isn't it?
Good one.
I used to know a guy called Simon Smith. I think everyone knows a Simon Smith. You think long and hard enough, you'll have known a Simon Smith. CCTV footage showed the double-decker career.
Jamie, I know Jamie Smith.
Here's the thing. Homonyms. Right, I didn't know what a homonym was. I mean, I knew what it was, but I didn't know the word homonym. Ed, what's a homonym?
It's a word that's spelt the same, sounds the same, but has
Oh,
a different
you
meaning.
smug git. Right. I didn't know the word homonym until my 7-year-old boy... I said something, and my 7-year-old boy went, a homonym. I said, what are you talking about? He said, there's a homonym. I said, how dare you? We treat everyone equally here. We don't have any of that. He said, no. It's a word that means the same but spelt differently.
What, like wood?
Well, no, because wood is spelt the same. Wood is spelt differently.
It has to be spelt the same.
I think a homonym has to be... Well, why don't we ask Brainbox Ed? Ed, does the word have to be spelt the same? Yes. See? So not wood.
Like? No.
That's got more than one meaning, hasn't it? I like you. I don't like you. That's two meanings. It's opposites. Opposites.
Okay.
Car. Because you get different types of car.
You do, you're right,
red
right.
ones, green ones. My car is red, your car is yellow.
Pointy ones.
No, I don't think pointy ones is a homonym.
Oh.
So most words are homonyms, it turns out.
Every day's a school day with you.
School is a homonym.
Mm.
Well, it is, though. School of Wales, school. CCTV footage showed the double-decker career homonym, off homonym, the road on a bend homonym, and smash homonym, into the 53-year-old from behind. Homonym? As he walked along the pavement homonym. The impact homonym, scent homonym, him homonym, skidding homonym, along the ground homonym but on his side homonym, missing homonym, a lamppost, and a brick shop homonym, front homonym, by...
A brick shop?
A brick shop, yeah. A shop selling bricks. You never... Where do you think you get bricks from? You supposing you need... Thank you for those drinks. Suppose you need to build...
Selco, it's where the trade go, isn't it?
I don't know, mate. I haven't got time to go where the trade goes because I'm too busy checking my PPI. By inches homonym. But Mr. Smith escaped homonym with no homonym more than cuts homonym and bruises homonym.
Oh, dear.
While the bus's windscreen was shattered from where it had hit him. The bus, which narrowly avoided running him over, came to a halt in the middle of the road in Reading. While Mr. Smith, an HGV driver, calmly stood up and strolled into the Purple Turtle bar next to him.
No.
The purple...
It's not called the Purple Turtle.
Are there a chain Purple Turtles? I thought most of them are closed down. I remember doing a gig in a Purple Turtle near Camden.
Is that, like, a euphemism?
No, it's a bar.
Homonym.
The married father said he was lucky to be alive. He was taken to hospital, but had only minor injuries. He went to hospital. What a pussy. Daniel Fairfield, 50, who owns the Purple Turtle, said after he got released from hospital, I think he just went for a pint to relax. He's rocking the Art Garfunkel Jimmy Somerville look of blue jeans, white T-shirt and a black waistcoat.
Oh.
The bus is thought to have lost control after hitting a bin and a building.
Well, no. To hit the bin and the building, surely they lost control.
Yep. It also damaged shops and a second person was injured by debris.
Oh, gosh.
Who was she? Reading buses said they are carrying out an internal inquiry as well as helping with a police investigation. No arrests have yet been made.
Gosh.
Purple
Turtle.
Here's the thing. Here's an interesting... The way this show works, dear listeners, we sit here and we chat and you phone up and you say what you want to say and you can give your name or you can give fake names. I've got no idea what this is. I'm going to turn this music off because I'm intrigued. Let's go to the Sloop John B. Good evening, Sloop John B.
Cheer up, Ian Lee. Oh, what can it be? How you doing, fella?
I'm all right, Sloop John B. How you doing?
Yeah, fantastic. Listen, I wanted to pick a little bone with you. I thought we could have a wee debate.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I recently bought a seminal album on vinyl. And I was listening to a podcast.
Here we go.
With a guy called John Montagna.
Yep.
And you were on it, and I thought, my God, this guy, he knows his thing.
Yes.
So, I was listening to some bits on YouTube, and just as I was taking the album out to play it, you called this album rubbish.
Yes.
Do you know what album I'm talking about?
I'm assuming it's Pet Sounds or Sgt. Pepper.
It's Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah, terrible record.
And I was, well, why?
Well, where would you rank it in terms of the Beatles albums?
I'm not saying it's the best, but it's definitely up there in the top 4.
No.
But what's interesting was...
No, it's not.
You don't think so?
No. I can give you the top 4 Beatles albums now, if you want.
Go on.
In reverse order. Number 4.
Yes.
A Hard Day's Night.
Okay, all right. Wouldn't be mine, but it's a good one nevertheless.
No. This isn't a case of this is a case of fact through years of intensive and extensive research.
Oh, okay.
Number
Fair enough, sir.
3. Rubber Soul.
Good choice.
Well, yeah. Number 2. Revolver.
Yeah, it's another good one.
Number 1. Abbey Road. Case closed. I sentence you to 25 years in music prison.
Oh, but hold on, but you like the Beach Boys, do you not?
I love the Beach Boys, yeah. They're
I would assume that you like Pet Sounds.
No, I think it's grossly overrated. It's not even it's not even in the Beach Boys top 4. Don't make me do a top 4 of Beach Boys albums.
You think Wild Honey is better than Pet Sounds?
Yeah, totally. And here's the exciting news, guys. This geeky for a second. They're releasing a stereo version of Wild Honey and loads of unreleased tracks from 1967. And I had the email from Amazon today saying it's been dispatched. Wild Honey, Friends, 2020 and Sunflower. They're the only Beach Boys albums you need, and the greatest hits if you want.
But you do like the McCartney solo stuff.
Yeah,
you were talking about that.
Why are you... listen, you are wrong about lots of things. I can't help you, Sloop John B. Listen to me, I know things.
I know that, Ian. That's why I've been listening to your show.
Sunflower. Have you listened to Sunflower?
I haven't, no.
That's the album, man. Seriously, that is the Beach Boys album. Particularly side 1 of Sunflower. It's just stunning.
It's outstanding. All right. Well, you know what? It looks like my argument has been shut down, so I salute you, sir. And listen, keep up the good work.
Bless you.
With the show, man.
Thank you, man. And you're a very, very good sport. Thank you very much indeed. He's referring to an interview I did when we were in the States, and I've got to write a bit more of the blog, because I've not written about Imani and John and John Ronson and John Montagna, who is this guy who's a musician. He plays bass with like the Turtles and with Paul Revere and the Raiders and Mark Lindsay and Gary Puckett and all these people on these 60s tours.
I remember, because I was doing some work in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And then you took him over to somewhere nicer.
Well, yeah, because you were in that horrible coffee shop because of Wi-Fi. We'll talk about those coffee shops in a bit because they serve poo. And it was in New York. It was Wednesday, and I suddenly got a message from John saying, "Hey, are we still up for this interview?" I'm thinking, "Oh God, I forgot I was going to do an interview with him for his podcast." And I said, "Man, if I'm honest, I've forgotten, but I'm here." He said, "I'm 20 minutes away. Can you spare?" I said, "I've got 40 minutes, and then we're off somewhere else."
We were in Chelsea.
Yeah, we're in Chelsea, and he came, and he was the loveliest man. He contributed a song for Monkey's tribute album I put together, and we sat and we drank iced tea and we just geeked out about music, and it was wicked. And do you know what? I'm going to find it now and I'll tweet the link because it's a really good listen. 0344 499 1000, the late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Yeah, so, yeah, so various high street coffee chains are serving poo.
Well,
Frappuccinos, frappuccinos, and shitty coffee. Couldn't think of a third one, so I went for the obvious. A probe has found fecal bacteria. Oh, it's in iced drinks from Costa, Cafe Nero, and Starbucks. And I've only just recently started drinking the iced drinks. They do these nice flavoured iced tea lemonades. On a hot day, an iced tea lemonade. They do the cheat. They do the thing where they put loads of ice in, so you're not actually getting much bang for your buck. But they are delicious, and now I know their secret ingredient. Scientists told the BBC Thought showed that some levels were off the scale. God, imagine off the scale. 7 in 10.
Well, if it's off the scale, does that mean it's an actual floater in there?
They put a probe in, and I guess it has an arrow that points to like a clean baby's bum, dirty's baby bum, that woman from MMA, and then it just blows up.
Paula Radcliffe.
Paula Radcliffe. Can I have a glass of nice ice-cold Paula Radcliffe, please? 7 in 10 samples from ice in Costa coffee drinks contained coliform bacteria.
Oh.
That's bum juice. As did 3 in 10 from both other chains. Watchdog said all 3 took immediate action. I mean, what immediate? Surely this shouldn't be happening. Costa said, we were disappointed. It has deep cleaned shops and changed ice handling. Starbucks updated hygiene training and said, we moved quickly to conduct our own investigation.
The movement was the problem.
Cafe Nero said a thorough investigation is underway. Appropriate action will be taken, and we will be putting toilet paper in the toilets.
Ew.
Dirty, dirty, dirty. Evening, Steve.
Hiya. Sorry about the poem.
No, hey, listen, that's okay. Go on, what you got?
No, I just wanted to talk about the poo, really.
Oh, yeah.
Well, 2 things. Because I've never been in any of those shops. I try to just go to this other shop that's a bit nicer and it isn't pooey. And I was just... You can get things drawn on the top of the coffee, can't you?
Yes, they do. Barista art. We have who is it? It's a guy called Hugo Peters, who I think is a big fan of barista
Loves
art.
it.
He loves it. I think he started a campaign to encourage barista art to be taught at GCSE level.
He simply will not drink an unadorned coffee.
Yeah, exactly. You can get all kinds of things drawn on it.
Starbucks where they draw the pit up, they draw your name on the top of the coffee.
They draw your name on the top of the coffee at Starbucks. Yes.
Do they? So do you think they'd do it if I went in tomorrow and just, like, even though I hate the place, I could go in and sort of just see if I can get poo written on the top of my coffee?
Oh, what's your name?
I don't think they'd do it, though, would they?
Well, there would be poo on the top of your coffee. I'm joking, of course, Starbucks, before your legal team makes complaints. But, well, this is the thing. I do, sometimes, when I'm asked for my name in Starbucks, I say Dick, because I think that's...
Did you do that to me once? You gave me a cup with
I gave
dick
you a
on
dick,
it, yeah.
I gave you a dick.
Mm.
I gave you a large dick.
Yeah, there's got to be lots of ways of getting round it, like, hasn't there?
There's got to be lots of ways of getting round. Here's the thing, though, Steve. I like to think I support independent places, right? But with Costa, with Starbucks, with Nero, you know what you're going to get. It's standard everywhere. And if you go into a small independent place, it's not standard. And here's the thing. I go to a Cafe Nero in where I live. And about 6 months ago, an independent cafe, down a little side street, just off the high street, an independent place opened up directly opposite Cafe Nero.
Brave. What,
Really?
foolhardy?
It's always empty because everyone's in Cafe Nero, of course. Oh, no, actually, it might be at Costa. I can't remember. It's one of the two. But everybody's in there because you know what you're going to get. And I hate to say it. Of course, we should be, I feel ethically I should be supporting small... Hey, here's something, right? You know, Tesco getting rid of like about 1,100 jobs, right?
Uh-huh.
And I've got a friend who, for years, boycotted Tesco, wouldn't go to Tesco, would go to small independent shops, right? And now I feel like phoning up and saying, well, congratulations, you've got 1,100 people out of work. Proud of yourself? Proud of yourself, buddy?
I mean, the thing is, I'm sort of... Well, I try to be moralistic about stuff, but I'm just too much of a hypocrite, really.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered.
Yeah, no, bothered.
That counts, isn't it?
It's, in those instances, I think it's the actual action. Thank you for that, Steve. I think it's the actual action that counts. But I want to phone my friend up and go, that, boycott on Tesco's is working. You see it's working. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah. You've just got 1,100 people that sat, mate.
Mostly mums.
Yep. So it's the second wage that don't really count. It's not the main breadwinner.
Hey, speaking of which, we got one in the eye against the man today, didn't we? Coffee-wise.
Oh, flipping heck, didn't we just?
We went to a supermarket where they give you a free coffee, right?
Yeah.
If you've got a reward card.
Waitrose.
So I've got a reward card, but he gets the coffee, because Iain says that's fair.
Yeah. Well, because I buy the food.
And then...
I do the one that buys the food, so it's free. I get free coffee, yeah, that's fair.
Not every time. Sometimes I buy it and you still get the free coffee. Oh!
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Anyway, so today he decided he'd be generous and he'd get me a coffee too, and he offered to pay for a coffee.
Yeah.
The lad behind the till just slipped us a cup.
He gave us free coffee. It was insane. So here's what we did, guys, and it was so nice of him. It was so kind of him to give us free coffee. We took the free coffee. Then when we got back, I phoned up the store, asked to speak to the manager, and told him exactly what had happened, and recommended that they sack that young man.
Yeah.
Can't steal. It's stealing. It is stealing, and I will not be a party to that. So I drank the coffee. Well, actually, I spilt the coffee on the floor.
Well, exactly. Karma.
Karma, chameleon. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Paul, stay there. You'll be coming up next. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late Night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. It's a quite a laid-back episode of the Late Night Alternative this evening. Quite laid back. We need a thunderstorm. I hope the thunderstorm doesn't come tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm having my training on a moped, an electric two-wheeled vehicle. I'm meeting a man at the back of a sports centre and I'm giving him £115 and I'm going to learn how to ride a scooter. And if it goes well, I might buy a scooter on Friday. Jeez. What midlife crisis? What midlife crisis? Oh, what are you talking about? I have no idea to what you refer. Good evening, Paul.
Hiya, how you doing?
I'm hot and bothered, and I'm not sure if the show's working tonight, but we're just doing it. We're going with it. We're seeing what happens.
Sounds pretty good so far.
Thank you, mate. You're very kind, Paul.
I've got to say, right, my dad's out tonight. He goes out every Wednesday night dancing. He does that Ciroc thing or whatever, that thing. Yeah, you know that, it's like a drive, it's called Ciroc.
Ciroc?
Yeah. Ciroc, yeah.
Ciroc?
It's like a Ciroc. Sorry, it's my voice.
I don't know what that is. What's? Hang on, Cass back. She's just been for a while. What's? Didn't need to say that. Was too much information. What's Ciroc?
It's like swing dancing.
Okay.
It's like a jive-based thing, but Ciroc is the name of a company. It's owned by someone, and it's franchised out to people that run in different areas all over the country.
Yeah. Did you ever see that? What was that thing that called? It was called Swingers. A film with Vince Vaughn in it.
The only bit I've seen of that is where he leaves an answer phone message 8 times. Doesn't he? Is that Swingers?
I saw it a long time ago, but they do one of them goes on a date and they do that swing dancing, don't they?
Okay.
Well, it's called anyway, he passes Beaconsfield services on the way back, yeah? And he always brings me in a KFC, because I eat late. He always brings me in a KFC as a special treat for me every week, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And I've asked him to
I've never had a KFC.
I like
You've never had a KFC?
Never had a KFC.
Hey, when we go to Newcastle, shall I get you one?
Have you had a McDonald's?
I've had loads of McDonald's. Yeah, I love McDonald's.
What about a Wimpy?
Oh, mate, a big bender in a bun.
Oh, the only one I can think of nearest us is Marlow.
There's a few Wimpies around. There was one in Enfield. They got in Southgate. Got rid of that. There was one right next door to the is it Elstree where they do Big Brother? There was one there because I used to go there before the show sometimes and have it. But yeah, big bender in the bun. Used to. Well, I've never actually had a big bender in the bun because when I went to Wimpy's, I was a vegetarian.
They serve it on an actual real plate with a real knife and fork,
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
they?
it's great. It's a great restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a great
Anyway.
restaurant.
KFC, I've ordered my usual, which is a Zinger Burger box meal with a side of corn on the cob and a lemonade.
Yeah.
As a drink, yeah. But I've asked my
I know what the lemonade's for, Paul. I've worked out that was the drink. Sorry. That was childish. Sorry, Paul. Paul?
Oh.
Paul?
Oh.
I just, you said you ordered lemonade as a drink. I realised I was just, Paul?
Maybe it was poisoned.
Paul? You know what's going to happen now? He's going to send me an email saying, I know you could hear me. I can't eat, Paul.
The email will go, yes, I know you're very clever.
And I am very clever. I am very... What have I done? Oh, he's gone.
Wow.
That's a shame. He'll come back. Don't you worry about that. He will come back. I'm going to see who this is. Yes, hello? Hello, you're on the air?
I like bukkake. Da-da-da.
Okay. I mean...
And
breathe. I don't really. Let's go to David. Good evening, David.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, it's all right, mate.
Oh, nice one. I just thought, not being many callers, I thought I'd do my every 6 month call.
You're doing your duty for king and country by phoning us up. Hey, you're in Newcastle?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
You coming to the show on Sunday, July the 9th?
Oh, it's the other Newcastle. It's the one close to Stoke-on-Trent.
Sorry?
Yeah, Lime.
Yeah.
What do you mean? There's two Newcastles?
I think there's about 4 altogether.
Oh, flipping it. What if we're going to the wrong one?
No, we're going to the right one.
Well...
We're going to the other one.
Well, we're going to the one where 27 people are coming to see.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to come through Stoke-on-Trent, that'd be, Stoke-on-Trent, Newcastle and Line, that'd be very good, because...
How many so there are 4 Newcastles?
I think so. There's at least 3. I think there's 4. I think there's a little tiny one somewhere.
How many Londons in this country are there? There's London and Canada, and there's London the dog. How many Londons are there in this country? Just one. How many Birminghams? Just one. How many Manchesters? Just one.
Well, there's at least 2 Salfords, because there's one near where I live
Salford's tiny.
It's a city.
No, mate, no it's not.
Yes, it is.
But no one's heard of it, unless they're an idiot that moved there with the BBC because they bottled it when everyone should have held their nerve and said, no, of course we're not going to move to Salford.
Or unless they were born there.
And everyone that was born there moved out of it because it's a nice place. He said, remembering that he was going there. So.
Yes.
But there's okay. But I'm talking about major places, right? So there's only one London, there's only one Birmingham, there's only one Manchester, there's only one Liverpool.
I think what's weird, I think you'll appreciate this reference, but talk about place names in War Games, the 80s film.
Yeah.
There's loads of places in that, like named Birmingham, Manchester, Crystal Palace, and it always catches my eye because I'm always like, hey, there are places in the UK.
Hey. Well, everywhere in America is named after places in the United Kingdom because we used to own America.
Many of them are, yeah.
And it's all like New York and New York, of course, was
New Amsterdam.
Yeah, New Amsterdam, and it got changed over. There was some deal.
Mm-hmm.
There was something, of course, here's something, I just remembered something. Why Louisiana is all French down there?
Yeah.
Why? Go on then, Catherine.
Because the French used to own it.
Okay, but okay, right, fine. But how did America get it back?
Well, they actually, the French helped them with the War of Independence.
Yeah, how did they get it back? How did Americans get ownership of it?
I think that was part of the deal, wasn't it?
No, they bought it. The Louisiana Purchase. Don't nod as if that's what you said. It's not what you said at all.
Yeah, but the only reason...
It's not what you said. You're now going to fill in the blanks from what I've just said. The Louisiana Purchase in 1796. That is brains.
Do you know why they're called Cajuns?
Yeah, I do.
Go on.
Because they were transported over there in cages.
No.
Takes ages. Cajuns.
It's a bastardisation of our Cajuns.
Oh, mate, I'm not going to allow you to use language like that on this show, right? That is a yellow card, Catherine. One more, you're out. All right, sorry, I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry, listeners. I will not allow foul, indoor language on this show. She has got a potty mouth, and I'm going to go and get some imperial leather and ram it in a gobble.
Gosh.
David, continuez-vous, s'il vous plaît?
The one, it's barely even a question really, but just for something to keep the show ticking over and something you could maybe come up with your own suggestions. And I know you could say this about almost any year.
Yes.
But I've stumbled on a theory.
Go on.
Was 1984 the best year just purely for the amount of great content that came out in that year?
Hang on a minute. The amount of great content that came out of 1984?
Yeah.
Par example?
Things like Ghostbusters, The Karate Kid, Gremlins, Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Do you know what? We're going to. I am prepared, David, to give that some scientific research for the next 80 minutes. Was 1984 the best year for content?
Yeah.
It's a good one, that is. How long have you been thinking about that?
Since about 1992.
Oh, mate. David, it's out there, man. Thank you for that.
It's okay, no bother.
Cheers with this. Ta-ta. 03444991000. Can you find a better year for content? You had a seizure when David was on there.
I just had a little spasm of ecstasy, yeah.
What happened?
Well, someone's just got in touch with me on the Facebook.
It's not Belinda Carlisle. Hey, I'm going to go and meet Belinda Carlisle. You won't be here, Ed. You'll be at the BBC. I'm going to go and meet Belinda Carlisle for a coffee and maybe a snog.
I'm working on someone else that you'll be very excited about, but I'm not going to tell you till it's done.
Is that with that there now?
No, it's a different one.
That's from the guy from Naked and Afraid, isn't it?
One of the guys. Which one do you think?
The guy with the beard. It's the one that prays. He prays on his hands and knees. You
Jeff.
can see. Oh, is he going to come on?
He says, "Let me know when you'd like to do it. It sounds like a blast." And I said, "Are you busy in the next hour?"
We are trying to get as many Naked and Afraid contestants on this show to ask them basically one question. Why were you naked?
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
03444991000. Paul, what on earth happened to you?
Sorry, my battery ran out on my mobile.
Well, these things happen, don't they? I made a short. I made a lovely little film. I made a lovely little film earlier on. I love this time-lapse film you can do on the iPhone. And I did it, and I was filming us behind the scenes of the show, was going to put it on YouTube, and then I went to switch it off, and the battery had died. I probably only got about 3 seconds.
Yeah, even when I have the most simplest way. You know, the other week you said press the green button to be on loudspeaker. I don't have a green button.
Oh, flipping heck.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Anyway, I'll finally say...
Was 1984 the best year for content?
I can think of things straight off the top of my head about 1984. I'll finish by saying about my KFC lemonade, though, quickly. I've asked my dad to get it without ice in it.
Yeah. You get more juice?
Well, yeah, but just because, in case I read that at it, yeah.
Oh, and because of the poo on the ice?
You never know. You might just not be coffee shops, mightn't it?
You've got to wonder... What is it about that chain of not the chain of coffee shops, but the chain of events that go from poo on your hands to ice? Why is it just ice?
Can I say you know the Costa coffee that you were scared of meeting me in Farnham Common?
I was in there. I stopped off and bought a coffee this morning there.
Okay, right. You know where the toilets are?
Yes.
And you know where the kitchen is?
Yep.
The door to the kitchen, and where they wash all the cups up and then come out with?
Yes.
They're right next to each other, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I don't think... Well...
yeah, they're right. You have to pass them.
Well, you do have to pass them. I did a really boring film for Watchdog years ago before they sacked me, and it involved me swabbing the rim of toilets on trains. It was disgusting. I was on my knees in a public toilet on a train for 250 quid, and I thought I things I'd rather be doing on my knees in a public toilet.
Okay, I've just thought, what about pick and mix sweets? Pick and mix sweets for kids.
Yes. I don't think you're supposed to poo in them.
No, but people don't use the scoop. The scoop. They don't use a poo scoop. They don't use scoop thing like you said.
We just heard a joke happen.
I use the scoop for pick and mix.
Yeah. Okay, but
I could murder a big bag of pick and mix now. I never forget about when I went to the cinema a couple of years ago, and I filled up this thing of pick and mix, and I gave it to the girl, and she went, bloody hell, that's 16 quid. That's the biggest pick and mix I've ever seen in my life. I went, yeah, be proud of it.
Because you know what, all the favourite ones, all the favourite sweets are the ones that weigh the heaviest, don't they?
Yeah, well, no, I love a pick and mix. But I used a scoop for pick and mix. I don't think there's poo on... Anyway, here's the thing, right? How many people have died from the poo on ice in Costa Coffee? None. Because it won't kill you. It'll make you stronger.
I wonder whether they looked at every single restaurant in the world that sells things with ice in, because you can bet if there's water in it, someone will not have washed their hands at some point down the chain.
Yep.
Okay, I can name things about 1984.
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
straight
Paul.
over that one.
Yes, no, it's fine.
Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yes.
Tetris.
That wasn't 1984.
Yes, it was first invented by the Soviet Union in 1984.
Do you know the name of the guy that invented it?
I have no idea.
Alexei Pajitnov?
Maybe it's Tetris.
I think it was... I'll give you 1984. Go on, then. But it was Alexei Pajitnov who invented it.
Okay, finally, I'll say Cyndi Lauper, the song she did, Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh, that's an awful song.
It's a good song.
No, it's poo.
It was written by a bloke. As all the women anthems were. I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar, written by a bloke.
Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
Written by a bloke.
Okay, play the Cyndi Lauper song, Girls Just Want to Have Fun at a Wedding.
Don't.
Okay, you'll fill the dance floor with women, won't you?
Yeah, exactly. And, you will. Songs guaranteed to get the dance floor full at a wedding. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Yeah. Come on, Eileen. Poor Eileen.
Band of Gold, which is about getting left on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
People love it, don't they?
What's that song? What's that song where you sit on the floor and you pretend you're rowing
Oops, upside your head. I said, oops, upside your head.
I saw that. What's that all about?
Mm-hmm. That was a lot of our childhood spent doing that. Another one, I know. Proclaimers. I would walk 500. Everyone loves that one.
I've had too much coffee now.
Have you?
Yeah. I'm a bit of a whitey.
Do you need a Starbucks?
Having a bit of a whitey. 0344 499 1000. We go to the Sun. You're not in tomorrow, are you?
No.
Good.
Oh.
Good. It will hopefully you will learn to curb your language, your foul-mouthed rant that this evening has soured the tone somewhat. I'm hoping that by tomorrow, by not coming in because you've got to look after the children.
Yeah, my own children, not just the children of the world.
Okay. Jacko plot to kill me for fear weeks before death. Letters written by... Now, where do we stand on Michael Jackson being a paedophile? What is the... Because I lost a job at the BBC because... another one. Because a guest, Ed Hall, made a joke about Michael Jackson being a paedophile. Instead of me clarifying and apologising, I laughed and I lost a job. And that was a turning point. But where are we with that?
Well, you can't defame the dead.
But what about the estate of Michael Jackson?
His family are highly litigious.
Yeah, I know exactly. But there are still people who would say...
He settled, didn't he? He settled out of court.
Letters written... Francine, I'll come to you in a second. Letters written by Michael Jackson weeks before he died revealed he feared he would be murdered. One note, signed by the King of Pop and pictured for the first time by The Sun today, says, "They are trying to murder me." In others, he claims he is scared about my life and that the system wants to kill me for my catalogue. The Michael Jackson back catalogue hasn't really been... ripped apart as much as you would think it would have been. It hasn't been like, triple disc expanded versions of Thriller and Bad and...
I wonder why.
The three notes are among a collection of 13 passed by Jacko to German businessman Michael Jakobshagen, 34, who had a 2-decade friendship with the superstar. 34, 24, 14. Yeah. In an interview with broadcaster Daphne Barak, he will talk about Jackson tearfully calling him in 2009. The singer was in Las Vegas preparing for a sellout tour at London's O2 Arena. I had tickets for that. What are you humming for?
Apparently Sony bought Michael Jackson's back catalogue in 2016.
Right.
Paid the estate $750 million.
They ain't going to see that back again, are they? Let's go to Francine. Good evening, Francine.
Good evening, Ian. How the devil are you?
Very well, thank you very much indeed, Francine. Have we spoken before?
No, first time caller.
Okay, lovely. I just recognised the voice and the name slightly, but okay, fine, fair enough. What have you got? How long have you been listening to Talk Radio?
Since you joined.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. It's taking you a long time to call, but I'm glad you have done. You've picked up the courage. What have you got for us?
It requires a lot of courage to call, actually.
Does it really?
Yeah. First time I've ever phoned the radio. How do I sound? Am my favours up?
Sorry?
Am I up?
Oh well, we can hear you loud and clear. You're busting through the backbeat.
Yeah, I'm really nervous. There's a question I've always wanted to ask.
Just me and you talking.
I really wanted to ask you this question.
Of course you can.
And I'm a big fan, you know.
Go on, you can ask me anything you want. Go on.
When's the last time someone asked you for your autograph?
When was the last time someone... Well, someone asked me for a photo today as I was coming out of the Costa. I was getting in my car.
What's that got to do with it?
Sorry?
What's that got to do with my question?
Okay, no, it was just a little. I was buying.
Irrelevant. It was completely irrelevant.
Okie dokie.
I'm really nervous, and when I get nervous,
you get arsey.
You annoy me.
Look. Okay. Someone asked for my autograph. Someone asked for my autograph on Sunday night.
And did you give it to him?
Yes, I did. Yes, I considered it. I weighed up the options, but I thought it would better just to take their name and sign a bit of paper for them.
Okay, just one second. Let me write that down. So Sunday night, 25th June.
25th.
Okay, yeah, that's it then. All right.
Can I ask you a question?
Call out the way.
Can I ask you a question?
This is making me even more nervous now.
Okay. Why are you asking...
Francine, by the way, Francine.
Yes, I've said the name. Do you ever shorten it to Frankie?
No.
You should do.
I find that rude.
Well, why is this information pertinent to you?
Sorry, that's just a step over the line.
Okay.
That's just a step too far.
Let's end it here.
I'm not willing to answer that.
Okay, well, thanks. Sorry for embarrassing you.
It's more offending me rather than embarrassing, but I'll be calling you again.
Okay,
you can be sure of that.
I'm going to cut you off now.
All the best.
It was tense.
Oh, it's uncomfortable, wasn't it? Very. Is that fan on? Because I'm sweating like a...
It is warm in here. I don't feel very much breeze. Let me have another go.
I'm having a coffee whitey. Can you call it a whitey now? Some cold water, yeah. Because, In one, written in black ink on plain white paper. You know, I've got some incredible Michael Jackson footage that has never been seen anywhere. Never been seen anywhere. It's got about 2 hours of it, right? It's incredible. Because years and years ago, when he came to England at one point, my wife, before she was my wife, and she was like a journalism student, and her and two of her mates were stood outside, I guess it was the Dorchester, with a big chunky VHS video camera, and Michael Jackson was staying. And they were going to film like a little report. Well, here we are outside the Dorchester where Michael Jackson's staying, and that was going to be it. And Jackson walked in, right, looked at them, and then disappeared into the hotel. 5 minutes later, one of his people came out and said, "You three in the hotel," and they thought, "Oh Christ, we're in trouble here. We're in trouble," and they were prepared, about to surrender the tape, and they were taken upstairs. And introduced... I think I've got this story right. Taken into Michael Jackson's room, and him and his manager came out and said, "Oh, I really like... saw you girls filming..." They were like sort of 20, so, "Really like saw you girls filming me, and I'd really like it if you would document my stay here in the UK." With that was it. They filming loads of fans, and Michael Jackson invited me. "It would be great if you could film me while I'm here in the UK." And they're like, "Okay," and he said, "Well, why don't you you come back later on and you can have great access and film me." And they did, and they've got footage of him. It's incredible. It's incredible, this film. It's him in the hotel, just like walking around and stuff. Him in his hotel room, and then there's a brilliant shot of brilliant. It's like an hour of him pushing Elizabeth Taylor around in a wheelchair. It's the most incredible. I've put a little bit of it up on YouTube because I said, you should sell that. You get, so I'll find it and put it on and tweet it. And it's this most incredible footage, about 2 hours of Michael Jackson shot on badly on VHS camera, but closer than I am to you. Mm-hmm. And Elizabeth Taylor goes, Who are those people, Michael? Oh, don't worry, they're with me, Liz. You know, they're following me around and making a documentary about. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it in your life. Anyway, Michael Jackson was worried he was going to get murdered. 2009. Hey, it's the anniversary on Sunday. It was the anniversary, June the 25th, 2009. There we
gosh.
go. Man, I'm hot. I've got a proper coffee.
You've got sweat on, I can see it.
Sweat on. Coffee whitey. Could you get I don't know, chocolate. I know I'm a bit of chocolate because I've not eaten much today.
Do you want fingers or fat one?
I'll have a fat one, please. 034. I'll have a boost. All right. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Another hour of this nonsense to go. Guys, you know the rules. I sit here, I chat nonsense, we go through the papers, we've argued about the Beatles. We've argued, was 1984 the year that had the most content? I think that was Daniel that came up with that. You can call in about absolutely anything you want, dear listener. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You can listen on DAB. You can download the Talk Radio app. You can also, if you wish to as well, watch us on Periscope. Periscope.com Periscope.tv. I always get that wrong. Periscope.tv / Iain Lee. The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Here's a message from the Haters Club, dedicated to the one I love. I've been cursed by your wicked kiss. Once felt it's forever missed. I'm a member of the Haters Club, and I'm hating every minute of me without you, you without me. Give me some of that misery. I'm a high hater. I run with the best like Darth Vader and the Witch of the West, poisoning apples to make you ill, like Cruella de Vil. I'll set you up for the kill. It's such a twisted state of bliss, indulging in such hatefulness. I just need a prequel to redeem my evil, 'cause I wasn't always like this. Seeing couples hand in hand makes it hard for me to understand. Me without you, you without me. Give me some of that misery. I'm a high hater. I run with the best like Darth Vader and the Witch of the West, poisoning apples to make you ill, like Cruella de Vil. I'll set you up for the kill. I'm jinxed with a curse. I got nothing but bad luck. Could I be superstitious? Don't blink, cross my heart, hope to die. Why's your love so vicious? I'm a high hater. I run with the best like Darth Vader and the Witch of the West, poisoning apples to make you ill, like Cruella de Vil. I'll set you up for the kill. Hater. I run with the best like Darth Vader and the Witch of the West, poisoning apples to make you ill, like Cruella de Vil. I'll set you up for the kill.
I've just tweeted the link to that Michael Jackson stuff. It's good. There's a million of it. You want the rest? You got to stump up dollar. Come on, guys. That's my pension. That's my pension that we're talking about there. You want to see the rest of it? You got to stump up dollar.
He would have understood that.
Oh, of course he would have. Oh, 344-499-1000. Exciting news. Who's coming on the show in about 10 minutes' time?
Jeff Zausch.
Jeff Zausch.
Yeah.
And who he?
He was once naked and indeed afraid at the same time.
Oh, man alive. It's my favourite programme. I love it. I do not understand why they are naked.
Now, something you need to know about Jeff is that he's a very strong Christian.
He's a Mormon.
He was a Mormon.
He was a Mormon, wasn't he? He was a Mormon, yes.
And he just got married, hadn't he, when he went on the show?
He was worried about morning glory.
He was very worried about it, so much so that he prayed on it.
Yeah.
Well, not on the morning, but he prayed.
Yeah, he did. It's great.
Because there were moments in the night when he was so cold and he could feel the woman's body heat, and he was so tempted just to snuggle up. Nothing rude about it, but just for a matter of survival.
Good for him.
He prayed to the Lord to resist.
Here's the thing, right? One of the reasons I love this show is because everybody goes, well, I think this will be a challenge, but I think I can do this. I got great. But by the end of day one, they are crying like babies.
I really like the hippies because they go in saying, I really respect the environment. I won't be killing anything without giving it due respect. Cue day 3 when they're ripping things heads off with their teeth.
Yep. Hey, here's exciting news. Billy Idol's coming on the show.
Huh?
Well, he will, once I wear him down. Stealing a leaf from the Hanson at My Wedding book of... they didn't get Hanson to play at their wedding, but Hanson paid for them to go on honeymoon. They paid for their honeymoon to, I think it was Jamaica, to a festival where they were playing.
Is that because they contacted them every day?
Yeah.
So it's essentially hush money?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember interviewing Hanson when they were still friends of mine, and I said, do you know about this? He said, yeah, we don't know what to do about it. I said, dude, you've got to play at the wedding. Anyway, so I've nicked their idea, and I'm going to be sending Billy Idol a video on YouTube, on Twitter, every day until he agrees to come on the show.
He's a very naughty man indeed, isn't he?
Very naughty man, yeah. I mean, I played you a bit. It's weird. It's I love listening to Billy Idol reading his own autobiography is my new jam. And the thing is, I've only got about 3.5 hours left now.
No.
I know, and I want to ration it, but I want to hear it. I want to hear more of it. It's just great.
Some of it sounds like the boasting of a 14-year-old, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, and it's got very grim now. He's a crack addict now, in the book. I mean, sure, he's fine. It's grim. It's really unpleasant, but it's just such a great book. So he will come on. I am saying it now. He will come on the show. Guarantee.
You reckon?
I will wear him down. As long as he doesn't mute me or block me, I will wear him down, and he will come on the show. Yeah. Julie!
Sorry. I've had Billy Idol's voice going round in my head most of the day from the last night. Brilliant. Which brings me nicely into a question I've got for you.
Yes.
Which is, you know that you have a caller phone up and ask if you've been asked to give your autograph recently?
The person who just called up, yes. What was it named? Francine. Francine, yeah.
Francine. When you were a kid, did you have an autograph book? And did you collect autographs?
Yes, and yes.
Could you collect, number one, if you don't really tell us all on the show, get his autograph. And number two, was it always just famous people, or were there random people in there?
No.
I can remember my aunt saying, by hook or by crook, I'll be first in this book. And that was my first autograph.
Can we just stop everything for a second? Because something very weird has happened just now.
Yeah.
Say that sentence again, Julie.
By hook or by crook, I'll be first in your book.
Stop the clock. Right, okay. There is... Okay, when I was a kid, right, we'd go to my grandparents and they would have... Because my granddad was Scottish and there's a lot of Scottish connections there. Mm-hmm. They would have... annuals, like, you know, you get like the Beano and Dandy.
Yeah.
They would have the Bruins and Ur Willie.
Ur Willie.
Right.
Ur Willie. Mm-hmm.
And at the back of one of those books, I think it was Ur Willie, it was a character and it said, and I saw this, I was 5 years old, so this is 40 years ago, right? By hook or by crook, I'll be last in this book. Right. Now, here's the thing. Every once in a while, apropos nothing, that phrase just pops in my head, and I think, oh, I could be last in this book. And I'll remember that book, right? And I haven't thought about it for 2 or 3 years. Today, I was driving back, listening to Billy Idol tell a very rude story about a sexual encounter on an aeroplane. Very
Which
rude.
I don't believe. Those toilets aren't big enough for that caper.
Well, no, it was first class, though.
Ah, right, fair enough.
And it popped into my head for the first time in a couple of years, by hook or by crook, I'll be last in this book. And then you phone up and do that. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange?
Yeah, that is weird.
And I can't remember hearing that phrase. Obviously, there was this, I can't remember hearing that phrase, because if I ever heard that phrase, I would have it would have triggered off that memory. You said it, and I thought, isn't that funny, Julie?
But that's the thing, is that this autograph, it was my aunt, so it's not like it was a famous person. No. But I think of it kind of, occasionally, by a hook or by crook, I'll be first in this book.
By hook or by crook, I'll be last in this book. Here's the thing, exactly. My autograph book was full of famous people, because my dad worked at the BBC, so we would quite often go to the BBC, or he would come back with autographs. I mean, my sister probably still has the Adam Ant autograph that my dad got her in 1983, I would imagine. Yeah. Well, and Roland Orzabal from Tears for Fears, I remember him getting at some point. So I had Steve Davis and Tom Baker and Peter Duncan.
I only had Roy Castle. Roy Castle was my best one.
I never had a book because we lived up north, so you didn't get famous people wandering around. It just didn't happen. I was watching, watch the telly, and there was always people with southern accents on the telly. But I did end up in later life having the autograph, nay, the paw print of Birthday Club from Anglia Television.
Sorry?
Yeah, it was a puppet.
A puppet called Birthday Club? They couldn't even give it a name. They just called it by the feature.
It was crapola, honestly. And it was called BC, Birthday Club. It was the crappy... I don't know what it was supposed to be, like a leopard or something, some sort of bear.
Signature nay paw print. Sorry, that just completely slayed me.
But then my autograph book day thing came in, my ship came in, because the only autograph I've got of an actual famous person is of Sir Noddy of Holder.
Hey!
Oh, fantastic.
I'll tell you what was lovely. We went to Euro Disney. God, that was years ago. Was the youngest? It was years ago. We went to Euro Disney with the kids. And you can buy autograph books there, and you go up to Snow White, and you go up to Mickey, and they sign autographs. And it's probably not. It's different people in the costume. They all sign this. They practice the autographs, and Mickey's And we did have the youngest, and he was very, very young, but he had a crush on Minnie Mouse, and we paid a fortune to eat in this really crappy pizza restaurant, right? Because every 20 minutes, characters come in, right? And so you're paying for that. It's awful food, an absolute fortune. And we sat there, and suddenly Minnie Mouse appeared behind my youngest, and he went all bashful and shy. It was great.
I think our Disney window is at its peak at the moment, because when my kids were really little, my youngest had a real fear of dressing up people. Yeah. Right? And I'm not talking about ones where you can see the face. I'm talking about, furry. She would just freak. We saw a frog once in the street. She hated it, and she told us later on, I don't like frogs in the street. No. Or in restaurants, because she remembered we'd seen one at the Rainforest Cafe as well. That drove her nuts.
Well, I'm going there sorry.
Yeah, well, then when I said to her, well, you won't be able to go to Disney then, she managed to work herself over it.
Well, and as we know, because we looked into making a documentary about this, that there is a sexual fetish called furries.
Yeah, we should still do that.
Where people dress up as furry animals, and it gives them the horn. And other people get turned on by it, and they've got little kind of slits where they can get their bits out or expose their bits, and they do it. And it's a sexual fetish. It's really weird. That's left you speechless, Julie. on that bombshell, thank you very much indeed. By hook or by crook, I'll be last in this book. 0344 499 1000, the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Man alive. Well, we did a week of shows from New York, and we didn't get much time to kind of party. I certainly didn't get much time to watch any telly, but I watched telly one night. And I phoned up Kath. I said, Kath, you've got to watch this. There's this programme on, and it is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. It's called Naked and Afraid. And she went, oh, yeah, I've seen that before. And I'm thinking, why? If you knew this programme existed, why did you not tell me? I was transfixed. And that moment, I ordered a box set of Naked and Afraid, and Lost in Paradise is the one I've got, the DVD box set, and there's loads of series. It's so great. I will never get bored of this programme. I love it, I love it, I love it. It is just... It's just incredible. It's just incredible. And then before the show, I was saying, hey, maybe we should try and get a contestant on. And boy, oh boy, Catherine has come up trumps. We're going to travel all the way, dear listener, to Idaho, and welcome Jeff Zausch on the show. Evening, Jeff. Afternoon, Jeff.
Good afternoon. How are you, buddy?
Mate, can I ask you, first of all, have you got clothes on?
I do. You caught me at a good time.
Oh, listen, I've seen the episode you were on. I think we watched it yesterday, and it's... How did you hear about the programme? What was the process in your brain, Jeff, where you thought, I want to do this crazy show where I get dumped on an island with a stranger and they take my clothes away from me?
It was quite a crazy process. I saw the show on television, just like everybody, a couple times, and I'm known for being a big mountain climber here in the United States and a big outdoorsman. And so Discovery Channel, they reached out to me, and they said, hey, we have this program. We think you'd be great for it. What do you think? Well, and they didn't tell me, what the program was. And I said, well, it sounds great. And then they said, oh, by the way, you're gonna be naked. And that was the kicker there.
Was it? But you said yes, though. You said yes, Jeff.
I said yes, and I think I'm a little crazy. I honestly think I'm a little bit nuts.
Well, I know. I watched the programme. I think you are nuts. You're completely nuts. Because I love it. I genuinely, honestly, it's my favourite thing, and I'm rationing one episode a day because I don't want it to end. But I don't understand why the contestants are naked.
Well, it's a good question. Now, I don't know if you would ever understand unless you did strip down and walk off into the forest. And you would experience firsthand just how much more difficult it is to survive naked than it is to just have even a pair of shoes on.
Yeah. Go on, Catherine.
Jeff, I have a question. It's kind of related to the nudity thing, but it's also, you just got married at this point, I seem to recall. How on earth did you square this with your wife? I'm going to be spending 21 days with a complete stranger. It's a woman, and guess what? She's going to have everything out.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was quite a series of conversations. I don't believe I ever fully got the approval. She wasn't happy until she watched it on television and saw that I fully respected her the entire 21 days.
Well, what was charming to see, Jeff, is as well as being newly married, you also got very strong religious beliefs, and because it gets cold wherever you go, even if it's a hot place, it gets cold at night, and there have been some couples on the show that have used each other's body warmth in the night to keep warm, and you were so respectful of A, your religious beliefs, and B, your new wife, that you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't snuggle up to the young lady you were with to keep warm, and that must have been tough, because you went off and kind of had to pray a bit and have a chat with God and stuff, didn't you, to help you kind of get through that?
Right. Well, before I left, my wife made me promise her two things.
Yeah.
Number one, that I would not cuddle.
Wow.
Under any circumstances, no cuddling. And number two, that I would come home alive. So, and honestly, the first one, that was probably the most difficult.
Yeah.
Because it got cold. I mean, it got into the 40s Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And that's very, very cold. We were shivering to sleep every night. My partner, Eva, she was crying most nights, just trying to fall asleep because of the cold temperatures. So that was very, very difficult to keep that promise.
And it's harsh for your wife. It was probably harsher for you physically, but
I'm avoiding saying it must have been hard because I don't want to go there.
I was very careful.
Yes.
And but the thing was, it's having watched a few of these now. We've been binge watching these bad boys. Honestly, it's the least romantic setting, isn't it? Really, because you have been out there for ages. You haven't even got the energy to stand up half the time. Never mind, anything else. There was no chance. I mean, we've not seen any, have we, where they've seemed to get along to the point where that would ever happen. You'll end up stinking as well, surely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the number one questions I get is, did you guys hook up, or has anybody else on the show hooked up? And within 2 or 3 days, you are so hungry, you are so thirsty, you are so smelly that no kind of romance could ever develop under those circumstances. I don't care how good-looking your partner is. The priorities of food and water and not being eaten at night are higher up.
I do have to say, I respected your devotion to your faith, but the shot of you praying on your hands and knees naked, that image is burnt on my
retina,
on my eyes for the rest of my life. How long did you go? How long did you go without food? And what was the first thing you ate?
The first 8 days of the challenge, we only ate bugs that we could find in the dirt.
Wow!
Because we were put in the desert, so there was no food anywhere.
Yeah.
And we actually had to dig in the dirt to try to find some grubs.
Jeez.
And it wasn't until day 8 when we killed our first boa constrictor. And so then we had snake meat, and then a week later we killed another big snake. But other than the snakes and the occasional lizard that we caught, we were eating bugs.
You weren't the ones that burnt the snake, were you?
Yes, that was me.
Was that twice? Hang on a second. Right, I know exactly where we are now. So you catch a snake and then you cook it for so long that it turns into rock, and then the second snake you burn down the cave.
Hey, I said I was a good survivalist. I never said I was a good cook, okay? I never made that claim.
The disappointment on your faces when you finally found a snake, skinned it and cooked it, and then I think it was your partner who ate it first, and she went, "Oh, it tastes of chalk." You had to spit it out. I mean, because listen, it's 21 days, and that is actually quite a long time when you're in those conditions. How tempting was it to, as they call it, tap out and to say, "Get me out of here, I've had enough"?
Well, going in, I knew that I never wanted to have that thought.
Yeah.
So I never let that thought enter my brain. But it was difficult. I mean, the demoralizing feeling of having that snake be burned. And people always ask me, why? How could you let that happen? Well, when you haven't eaten for 8 days, you're not thinking clearly. I would say our IQ drops by about 70 points, and we almost, we can't remember things very well. We're very forgetful. And so making mistakes in a survival situation when you don't have a lot of food, it's actually very easy.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I imagine that you will have lost track of what time meant. It was just a matter of going from meal to meal and going from sunrise to sunset. But in between that, time must have been a really weird concept all of a sudden.
Right, there was no awake time and sleep time. I mean, even at night when it was dark, we were still working. We were feeding the fire, we were collecting water, we were even hunting at night because some of the hunting was higher success rate at night than it was during the day. And so we really didn't have, the same time perception that we do in ordinary life.
Here's a question, Jeff. Right, because it's a TV show, right? So each episode it says that the two contestants, slightly wrong word, but that they are naked, and then it shows a shot that there's a small film crew that are kind of filming you that are fully clothed. Here's what I want to know, right? How dangerous is it really? Because the cave you were in, there were black widows and black widow eggs kind of nearby, and we see shots of boa constrictors and other poisonous snakes. How dangerous is it really?
Let me just say this. personally think that it is a miracle that nobody has died on this television show.
Wow. Yeah.
I think it is a miracle. And the executive producer, his name is Steve Rankin. He's actually from the UK. And he's the one who thought up this entire plot for a TV show. He was bitten on the foot during filming of one episode, and he almost died.
Wow.
He almost died. He was bitten by one of the most venomous snakes in all of South America, and he was in the hospital for weeks. His foot was eaten all the way down to bare bones and ligaments.
Dear me.
I mean, it was... And he was just a producer walking around with thick steel-toed boots on.
Wow.
You know? And so it really is dangerous. When I filmed my first episode in Madagascar, the nearest life flight helicopter was in South Africa.
Wow.
So it was an ocean away. And so if we had been bitten by something venomous, we probably would have died.
And finally, Jeff, friends and family, when they saw it, what was their reaction?
I have to tell you, that was probably one of the most awkward Sunday mornings of church that I've ever had. Oh boy, walking into church knowing that all of the congregation had seen you naked the night before. That was pretty awkward.
And Catherine tells me that you're doing. This guy's nuts. You're doing another show, a new show.
I am. The new show is called Dual Survival.
Yeah.
It's also on Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
And this time I have clothes on.
Wow, a luxury.
I'm a luxury, right? So I'm doing Dual Survival now, where every episode is a different environment in the world, and we're teaching people how to survive in these different environments.
Wow.
If you ever find yourself in the Siberian Arctic during wintertime, or find yourself in the deserts of Africa, these are the things that you need to do to survive. So you can catch that on Discovery. But also, for all the fans of Naked and Afraid out there, you have to check out Naked and Afraid XL.
Now, what is this? Because people have mentioned this to me. What is the XL?
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. Okay, you've seen the 21-day version.
Yeah.
Naked and Afraid XL is Naked and Afraid on steroids.
Oh, baby.
This is when they invited me and some of the other all-stars back out, and this time we have to survive for 40 days. So, yeah. 40 days. And you can find this on Hulu. It's an entire 10-episode series. Watching us try to survive in the jungles of Colombia for 40 days.
Oh, mate, I'm hunting that down. I'm hunting that down. Jeff, you're absolutely nuts, but I'm glad there are nuts people like you, because you've kept me thoroughly entertained. And honestly, we were watching you just 2 days ago, and it's a real thrill to talk to you on the show tonight, Jeff. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. That's Jeff Zausch, who was a contestant. Not just on Naked and Afraid. Naked and Afraid XL. I got goosebumps down the back of my neck when he talks about that. And this Dual Survival?
Dual Survival.
Oh, jeez, the guy's a lunatic.
And one of our other favourite Naked and Afraiders is also on Dual Survival, the one that looks a bit like Paul Hollywood.
That's the fella on the cover of the DVD. Imagine that, though, having to go to church the next day.
And
the next day.
It. Thank goodness for pixels. Because they do pixelate. And my lord, they need to.
Oh, Jeff, thank you, man. I really enjoyed that. What a thrill talking to you. 0344 499 1000.
I need to warn you of something.
Yes.
Someone has sent us, via Twitter, a picture of Mr. Rankin's foot. It is disgusting.
Oh, I'll have a look at that during these ads.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
God, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Have you seen this? I'm tweeting it.
Oh,
Jesus.
you can't tweet that into people's timelines. You cannot. Ugh.
Come and look at this guy's foot.
It's like something out of a biology textbook.
Oh my God! Oh. I'm going to show the boys and girls on Periscope.
Graphic warning, guys.
Do you know what?
That is ready.
Oh, God, it's horrible. Because part of me, when he was talking about that, was thinking, oh, well, serves that guy right if he's putting other people in danger, but heavens above, that, no one deserves that.
That's right, guys, it's gone now from there, it's gone now.
Oh, God.
So horrible. Yeah, I'm Billy Idol. I don't care. I'm Billy Idol.
You can see his bones.
Right, I'm just going to... Let me just type a warning. I am going to retweet something gross. You may want to ignore the next tweet.
Ugh.
Oof. There we go. Right. Oh, yeah. I send that to Limmy. Limmy will like that. There we go.
It's so hideous. It's like something from a horror film.
Yeah. That is rank. That is rank.
And now you've done that, I've got that in my timeline twice. Thanks very much. But
you can't, I mean, the foot's just rotted away. How is that man not dead? How's he not dead? You can see his bone. You can see it's the whole top of his foot has gone.
Ugh.
Can you see where they've done stitches up the side of his leg? It was all open. Right, get Steve Rankin. I want Steve Rankin on this show. I want him to talk about that. Let's get Steve Rankin on the show.
Oh, God.
Oh, I love Naked and Afraid so much. It's so good. We've done disc 1. There's 3 more discs in this box set. I better start ordering another box set. I love it.
Hi, Steve.
We're looking at your bones. Would you like to come on the show and talk about it, you weirdo?
We're looking at your foot.
03444991000 is the telephone number. Last 20 minutes of the show. If you want to give us a call, now is an excellent time to give us a call. I'm just wondering where we should go. We've done Jackson. Oh, what's the story about fidget spinners? I like fidget spinners. I'm a big fan of the fidget spinner. Oh, here we go. Fidget spinners have been branded a satanic invention by a pastor who claims... Oh, hang on a minute, there's buzzing. That buzzing's coming from... The buzzing's coming from me. I can only apologise for that. The buzzing has gone. They are satanic, according to a pastor who claims they can make this... I don't know the names of the religious people. Do you know what I mean by that?
You mean pastor?
Well, no, I don't know. For example... when would I call someone a priest?
Okay.
When would I call someone a vicar?
Okay.
Well, hang on a minute, I'm going to go through the list. When would I call someone father? When would I call someone a pastor? Mm-hmm. When would I call someone His Holiness?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
His Holiness is the Pope.
Okay.
You only call one person that.
Okay. What about Jesus?
Jesus is, I mean, you don't call him anything. You get down and pray.
What about the King of Kings? Who's the Holy Ghost?
Well, it's the Father, Son and Holy Ghost, all one thing, really.
No, they're not. It's the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, but they're all part of the same thing.
No, well, they're not.
But they are.
Well, they're not.
But that's the mystery.
But then why are there 3 of them? You're saying that the 3 degrees are one person. That's what you're saying.
They're one band, yeah.
It's
exactly the same as the 3
Bee
degrees.
Gees are one person.
Yes.
Well, they're not.
one entity.
No, but they're not.
But they are, though.
This is insane here.
So.
You're saying that the Threetles, which is the Beatles, but without John Lennon, it's one person.
It's one entity,
Well,
yeah.
it's not. It's George, Paul and Ringo.
But they're 3 parts of the same unit, aren't they?
This is...
Anyway, a vicar is a priest.
Yes.
So, that's what a vicar is.
Well, what is a priest?
A priest isn't always a vicar.
This is... I mean...
A vicar is Protestant, generally.
Really? Mm-hmm. They're allowed to do that?
Well...
Was that for cash?
And the priest is Catholic. So father is a priest. He's Catholic.
Yeah, could you be? Imagine saying father in an Irish accent.
Exactly.
And that'll be a Catholic priest.
Will you have another cup of tea, Father?
Would you like to, Father? Father, would you like to? Would you like that? Okay. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, Juan Mariano Avalos. Oh, okay. What's a pastor?
Pastor is generally from a church which is not. It was evangelical, really, rather than...
Okay. Juan Mariano Avalos has uploaded a warning video. He demonstrates how you raise your index finger and pinky, creating the sign of the devil. The other finger position is just as terrible, according to Avalos from Paraguay, as you hold the spinner with your thumb and forefinger. Well, hang on a minute. Let's find Juan. Let's see if we can find his Juan Mariano Avalos. Let's see if it's on. Here we go. Here we go. He's made a video. Here we go. You might have to translate.
Okay. Stop. Very good evening to everyone who's going to be watching this video.
Okay.
Apareciendo por la calle de Salto del Valle, creo que también en todo el país, pero hay niños en la mayor parte están obteniendo un tal llamado de fuego antiestrés.
Okay. In the streets up and down the country,
this is great.
Is appearing a game which is a toy which is said to be anti-stress.
Se le llama spinner, algo así.
And it's called a spinner.
Y es de este modelo.
And it's this.
He's holding up a green fidget spinner.
El juego es lo siguiente, y quiero que presten mucha atención.
I want you to pay lots of attention.
Por ejemplo, los niños agarran y empiezan a hacer este juego.
The child grabs this and starts to play this toy.
And he's making that symbol.
Uh-huh.
Que es el signo del diablo.
Look, this is the sign of the devil.
This is brilliant.
Everyone who uses this is doing this sign.
Can I just say, you won't get this anywhere else, and yet people still don't listen to this show.
Este signo es satánico.
This satanic signal.
Esta forma, que es la misma cosa, el 666 que es la marca
666 is the mark of the devil.
Jesús tiene poder. Estamos aquí en un templo denominado Congregación Pentecostés de los primeros cristianos. Lo estoy demostrando así de esta forma para que puedan cancelar de sus hijos, que no permitan.
Don't let your children play with these things. Don't let them in your house.
De quien me habla el pastor evangelista Juan Mariano Ábalos.
Tell them that the evangelical priest told you not to use it.
Yeah.
Bless everyone.
Here's the thing. Here's why I can't take what he says seriously.
Uh-huh.
Shot in portrait. Shot in portrait. So I lost any respect I may have had for him. 0344 499 1000, the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late night Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Ah, man, I felt bad. Some of you complained about that picture, so I deleted it. And I feel bad that maybe I shouldn't have tweeted it, but it was, I made you flipping heck. Where are we? Last 11 minutes or thence about of the show. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You're more than welcome to. An all right show tonight. An all right show. We can't deliver gold every day. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about for the whole show, actually. This is what the show was going to be, and I've just remembered it. By the way, the producer of Naked and Afraid is coming on the show at some point, so that's happening. I've not given up sex yet, says Nicholas Parsons, aged 93. Oh, hang on a minute. Stephen Page is... Oh, goodness me!
What's happened?
Right. So, Stephen Page was upset by that picture, right? So he says, I'm gonna have to get you back by showing you the mixed martial arts guy, kickboxer breaking his leg. Come round here, Kath.
Oh no, I don't want to see this.
No, come round here. Come on. Come round here.
Hang on, I'll go this way.
Come round here. I've just...
I don't know why I have to suffer it. I didn't...
Come round here. Come round here. I'm going to play the clip. I don't think we need the music. The music doesn't add anything to you. Ready? Watch this guy on the right. Oh, Lord! Oh! Oh! Oh, my... Oh, my dear Lord. Oh, it's just... live on the air. I need to lie down. Thank you, Stephen. Wowzers, I just feel a little bit faint.
Queasy.
But still, nothing is as bad as that woman doing a poo. in the boxing ring. Nothing is as bad as that.
Wow.
I've not given up sex, says Parsons, aged 93. He has been adamant he will not slow down at work despite being in his 90s. But for Nicholas Parsons, that joie de vivre... I'm pausing there because... there's someone listening to us in Sri Lanka. Evening, Ravi, in lovely Sri Lanka. But for Nicholas Parsons, that joie de vivre clearly extends beyond the radio studio to the bedroom.
Oy.
For the 93-year-old BBC presenter has given an extraordinary interview in which he declared he absolutely still has sexual desire. No hesitation, no repetition. The much-loved Just a Minute host, considered by many a paragon of respectability, shocked an audience when discussing the intimate topics. When asked if he still has sexual desire, he told the China Exchange, China Clipper calling Alameda, absolutely, that's Prince Charles, absolutely, it doesn't go. It's a bit of an effort to pull any function.
Oh, my.
The father of two went on to say, I see all these beautiful women, as Prince Charles, I see all these beautiful women. I am very moved by female beauty. It means a lot. I love it when people make the best of themselves and put on nice clothes and maybe wear a bit of makeup. Parsons was later asked to elaborate on a story he'd told about prostitution he'd witnessed in Soho in the 50s. He said, I wasn't talking from personal experience. Of course, I was active enough to get what I wanted without having to pay for it. It's just that I was intrigued by all this, and you see these girls walking the streets. I asked people what it was, and in fact it was the stage manager of the play I was in at the time. He was very knowledgeable. That's not... It's a story that isn't really a story, isn't it? It's a story that isn't really... kind of run out of steam. There wasn't really much steam tonight anyway. You're tapping away.
I'm just cracking on to Stephen Rankin.
Reading this while drowning in knickknacks. They don't mean the delicious corn-based snack. I love knickknacks. The thing with knickknacks is the packets are too small. Imagine a tube of knickknacks. Just tip it back, it'd be beautiful.
They're very in consistency, they're very like Cheetos, aren't they?
Yep.
But,
love knickknacks. Don't like discos or Skips.
Don't you like Skips?
Well, there's nothing there, it's just air.
Melt in your mouth.
It's just air. I tell you what I do like. You don't get them so much now. Cheesy footballs.
That is weird that you came up with that, because the other day my youngest was telling me how she said something. I said, what did you just say? She said, cheesy balls. I went, sorry? She said, it's what my teacher says. I said,
wow.
Okay, whoa, let's just roll back.
That's,
in my head I'm thinking, calm down. Tell me exactly when your teacher says this. She said, well, when we have snack time, sometimes she'll pour out a packet of these crisps and she'll say, who wants cheesy balls?
Oh, dear.
They have them at school.
With the soft middle, the almost like a liquid
middle.
middle.
I think they're like a cornball thing.
No. The cheesy footballs they're like little balls and they're crisps, but inside it's like a sort of
like
soft,
a cream,
like a cheese cream, like a little circle of Dairy. Oh, it's great.
I've never had that.
Oh, mate, it's the thing. We'll do this as a phone-in tomorrow. Foods that are disgusting, but you can't stop eating them.
Oh, yeah.
And cheesy footballs are disgusting, but you cannot stop eating them.
You know me, I like Scotch eggs.
Yeah.
That's really a disgusting idea.
I had a Scotch egg about 6 months ago for the first time in about 30 years. Oh, it was thoroughly unpleasant. How do they do the Scotch eggs where the egg isn't hard?
Oh, like your cuisine Scotch egg?
Yeah, your cuisine Scotch egg.
I think they make them fresh. And they'll do them with quail eggs. There's no point doing it with quail eggs.
I've made Scotch eggs.
Have you?
Did it at school once, yeah, Scotch eggs.
So you boil the egg first, right?
Yeah, sure. I don't remember. It was 31 years ago.
Yeah, I'm only asking, and it seems like a silly question, and indeed it is. Because I think with the couture Scotch egg, they cook it in the meat.
Yeah, you boil. You do the egg first, and you wrap meat around it, and then I'll take that. And you wrap meat around it, and then you wrap breadcrumbs or whatever it is. Hello, line 1. You're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hello.
All I've got to say is, pickled onion Monster Munch. Oh yeah.
that was a great call. They are good. They are good Monster Munch pickled onion. That is something.
Monster Munch.
A snap, happy way to declutter your house. Reading this while drowning in knickknacks and junk? Yes. This may be the tip you've been waiting for. Whether it's old baby clothes, a loved stamp collection, or a trusty cricket bat, scientists have found that taking photos of hard-to-ditch possessions makes it easier for us to let go of them. I bought that book, Declutter Your House.
Oh, Lost it.
I've not read it. In an experiment, this is by Colin Fernandez, my favourite of all the science correspondents working for the Daily Mail. In an experiment, the US experts showed that students asked to declutter their rooms gave away more things when told to take photos of the objects.
Oh.
Their results also revealed that those who received the photos reported feeling less identity loss than those who did not. What people really don't want to give up is the memories associated with the item. We found that people are more willing to give up these possessions if we offer them a way to keep the memories and the identity associated with said memory. I don't really understand that story. I don't really understand it.
You're keeping it by having a photo of it.
Hey, don't mansplain it to me, please.
No, I'm just trying to mansplain it to myself.
Don't mansplain it to me. Hello, line 2, you're on the wireless.
The McRib.
Sorry?
The McRib.
People are... okay, but then that's a success tomorrow. Ed, are you in tomorrow? Good. The A-team is still here. The core, the backbone. Catherine's bunking off. Got to look after the kids. Remind me tomorrow, Ed, we are doing foods that that disgust you, but you cannot stop eating them. And can I just say what a pleasure it'll be to work with a real radio producer.
It's going to be Emma.
Sorry?
It's not Ed.
No, I'm not saying he's producing. I'm saying he is a producer and I'll be working with him. So... Well... Exactly.
Get him while he's hot, because he's splitting.
Oh, that's an unfortunate image. Dear listener, that's it. That's your lot. They can't all be genius, but I think we managed to stumble our way through 3 hours of radio. Don't forget, you can get the podcasts, iTunes, if you go to the Talk Radio website or your usual podcast providers. Kath and I will be appearing in Newcastle at the Stand Comedy Club on Sunday, July the 9th, and in Manchester, I think on Saturday, July the 29th. And you can get tickets for that latter one by going to ticketsource.co.uk/Iain-Lee. That's all of the business I have to give you. I've finished 10 seconds early, so you're going to have exactly 10 seconds of silence.